Okay, we should be live. I'm going to make sure everything's all working, and then we can get started. Audio sounds good. Okay, now we're good. So OFL 23 is finally here. We have made it. What's going on, everybody? What's good? C-Mail, SGYT, Troy, Giddy, Garrett. How we all doing? So the draft itself won't start until 2. I wanted to start a little bit earlier just so I could get, people in here and we could lay down the groundwork for what we're going to be doing over the next week or so. So for those who have been here in the OFL before, you probably know how the draft works. Even if you haven't been here for the fantasy draft, it's pretty similar compared to like the other drafts in terms of how it all works. Hopefully you all are somewhat prepared for this draft. We're probably going to get through 6 rounds today, I think. I think that's probably a good number. So as long as you guys are prepared, we can move fairly quickly. You changed your first round. It better not be Jacoby Brissett or Greg Dortch. It better not be. You can get those guys in like the 8th round if you really want them. When do you create your player? So for anyone who is not coaching and is making a player, there's going to be an announcement at some point. I'm not entirely sure when, but it's coming. So just be patient, I guess. Pick Riley Reith at 1. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Is he still in the game? Probably. I think he's on the Bears now. Real ones are drafting Greg Dortch round 2. Well, Hector has the last pick in the 2nd round, so I mean, if he goes in round 2, it wouldn't be to Hector probably. Do we have a spreadsheet? I'm going to be working on the spreadsheet right now, so it'll be in the Discord before 2. I'm ready to draft Davis Mills with your draft. You do that. Did you watch the Rams versus the Broncos on Nickelodeon? Unfortunately, I did. I didn't watch the game super closely because I was doing Christmas stuff because it was on Christmas. But, yeah, I saw certain parts of the game, and it was not fun, considering we had the Rams draft pick. At one point, it's 3-0. I'm going for 5 minutes. I look back, it's 10-0. I'm going back for another 5 minutes. Now it's 17-0, and at that point, I realized the dream is dead. But at least I realized the dream was dead early, and it didn't completely ruin my Christmas. Pick Ryan Leaf. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, so I'll set up the spreadsheet now before we start, because I know everybody wants that. I'm going to set it up to where anyone can edit the spreadsheet, so if anyone wants to help, you may. And in 14 minutes, we've got the whatchamacallit, the Saints will be on the clock. I know a lot of people are relocating, like the Saints, but for today, you're your current team. So even though Hector's probably going to move the Saints to Mexico, Hector is the Saints today, for example. I know he's not the only one, but since they're on the clock, they're the example I'm going to use. There's no sim picks technically. Everybody has a team. There may be some picks that do get simulated if people aren't here and didn't send a board, but I think most of them, hopefully, will not be simmed and people are actually going to pick. Did Husker send a board? I don't think he did. I think he said he plans on just having all of his picks simulated. So the game will decide for him. And he doesn't get to reach on J.C. Horn early because I am. Wink, wink. I can hear Octi typing in the background. Yes, I'm currently setting up the spreadsheet on my laptop. So the laptop's kind of close to my microphone, so that's probably why you can hear it. Who do you want most? I'm not saying. I'm not giving you guys any hints. You'll find out at pick 22. Boy, I really hope nobody takes Matt Ryan in the first 5 rounds. I don't know if anyone's going to take Matt Ryan in the first 25 rounds. I think you'll be good. .148. 12 more minutes until the Saints are on the clock and we can get rolling. Is Eastmoo here to overdraft all the Lions? Did Eastmoo send a board? I don't know if he did. Maybe. I'm ready to pick snipe Nick for a second year in a row. Me and you both. I've had more OFL bowls than you, Nick. Well, not more OFL bowl wins, but I guess more appearances. You're not wrong. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields, Quinnen Williams, and Sauce Gardner are my picks. Everybody write that down so you can steal his players. I feel like revealing all of your picks might not be the best idea, personally. I'm surprised to see how many people have shared their strategies. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but... Okay, so the spreadsheet is now in the server, and I think anyone can edit it, so if you'd like to help, you certainly may. Why would I not tell everyone my first pick being the second to last pick of the first round? Did my Orlando relocation go through? We have not finalized any of the relocations yet, so at least for the fantasy draft, you're technically still the Dolphins, but chances are it will go through. I'm taking D-Hop with my first pick. Where do you guys pick? You guys pick towards the middle. Yeah, if only D-Hop didn't have star development. That's such a crime. Why does he have star? Can someone please explain why DeAndre Hopkins has star? I get he was awful on Sunday, which I appreciate because he made me money. Because I beat Husker in fantasy. So now I'm going to the championship, so I'm going to make money now. So I appreciate that he was awful, but that's besides the point. Why does he have star? It was because of his suspension. I guess that would be the reason why. But even so, he's been really good for the most part since he came back. So I get he's not as good as he was 3 years ago, but he's still a top, probably, I don't know, 10 receiver in the league. Josh Jacobs having start, too, is also kind of criminal. Even though he's like a 94 or whatever. So it's not even that big of a deal. My draft board, if I'm somehow not here, Jets players and Scary Terry. Is that, like, real or not? I don't know why you're telling everybody, but, I mean, again, you can do what you want. And Chase is only a superstar. Yeah, Chase probably should have X Factor, too. Although that one's not as egregious, but he probably should. Does Trey Hendrickson still have normal? That's ridiculous. Although in the experiments I've done, Trey Hendrickson usually develops just fine. But still, how does he have normal? He should be closer to superstar than normal. I thought you were the 27. Yeah, I think you are 27. Everybody's number in the spreadsheet is one behind. So, for example, for the Bengals, it says 23 next to the spreadsheet, but we have 22 because in the first row, I didn't put any teams. So, that's why. Is the Saints coach online? Yes, he is. But we're not technically starting until 2, but he is here. So, 7 more minutes. Since we have a lot of people in here, I guess I can now kind of go over what to expect during the draft. So hopefully you guys are at least a little prepared with draft boards and stuff. I got a lot of DMs regarding that, which is good. I'm happy that you guys are prepared. That way we'll be able to move quicker, which is obviously nice. So if you don't have a draft board and have not prepared, then try to have a general idea of who you're going to pick by the time you get on the clock. Like, let's say we go to the Bears pick at 4. I'm pretty sure their coach sent me a board, but I'm just using them as an example. Let's say they have no idea who they want. That's not ideal because I would rather each pick not last more than like a minute just so we can move quickly. So try to have a general idea of who you want when you know you're close to being on the clock. That way you don't have to, spend a whole lot of time thinking of who you want. And then if you do have a draft board, obviously that's a lot easier. In terms of telling me picks, you can either reveal them in the chat when you're on the clock, or you can DM them to me on Discord. Both ways work. I don't care which way you do it. Whatever way is easier for you is totally fine. Garrett, you taking a corner again. Garrett's going to pick 4 corners in the first 5 rounds. I already can see it. Five more minutes until 2. We have pretty much everybody, or a lot of people in here, so maybe we'll start a couple minutes early. And people can definitely edit the spreadsheet, because I see next to the Bears pick, we had the word balls. So, yeah, it looks like all the permissions are good. You have an ultimate plan. That's good. That's good. We have plans. That's what we want. Start now. I have the first pick. I'm not afraid to forfeit if we don't start now. Well, it is pretty much almost 2, so I think we can get this thing started, shall we? Let's open this up. The New Orleans Saints are now on the clock with the first pick. So, Hector, whenever you want to reveal who you're choosing, you can do it. Just don't pick Jacoby Brissett or Greg Dortch. I promise you'll be able to get them later today or tomorrow if you really want them. So for your own sake, let's be serious. Serious enough, especially early on, because these picks are obviously very important. They set the foundation for your teams. For Madden Fantasy Drafts, they changed up the contracts, so it's not just like it's not just where all the high picks have, big contracts and all the later picks have low contracts. Although your first rounders are going to have 5-year deals. They will have big contracts. With the first pick in the OFL 23 fantasy draft, the Mexico City Golden Eagles select Jacoby Brissett's teammate, Myles Garrett. Okay, that's not who I was told the other day. I thought it was somebody else, but this is a pretty good replacement pick as well. This is the first time since OFL 20 that Myles Garrett is not on my team. So I'm a little bit sad about that. But I knew I was not going to get him at, 22? So, yeah, I've had time to process that for a good week. So Myles Garrett's the number 1 pick to the Saints, just like OFL 19 when my first pick was Myles Garrett. Okay, hold on. Before we resume here, I want to find the Madden 23 fantasy draft contracts, just so before each round I can let everybody know how that works. Hopefully there's something like that on the internet. Okay, I found it on Reddit, so yeah, we're good. So for the first round, everyone has a $20 million total salary, so that's 4 a year, and then a $50 million bonus, so that's 10 a year. So your first round picks sign a 5-year, $70 million contract. So Todd takes Mahomes. Is Todd here? Maybe Todd's waiting until 2. I'm a little bit more okay with waiting like early in the draft for people, but obviously once we start like getting moving, we'll obviously move a lot faster. But if Todd were to wait until 2 to come, that wouldn't be inconceivable. Unless he sent a board, but I don't know if he did. Okay, he doesn't. I know he made a board, but he didn't DM it to me, which is fine in case if he's going to be here. He says, in case I'm not here at the start, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes if Hector doesn't. So Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. Can't go wrong with Patty Mahomes, the best quarterback in the league. He was phenomenal last year with the Orlando Wizards and Dan Dutton's team, and now he goes 1 pick before Dan Dutton's team is on the board. So that brings up New England at 3, and I have been DM'd their selection. Pete Carroll is creaming right now. I've been DM'd the Patriots selection. If you can't have Patrick Mahomes, the next best option is Josh Allen. So, Bills fans, brace yourselves. You're about to see Josh Allen in a New England Patriots jersey. Dear God, that just looks wrong. That looks wrong. But Josh Allen is a Patriot. Okay, that brings up Original and the Bears at pick 4. I don't know if he's here. Did he send a board? I don't know. I think so. He did not. So I'm okay with waiting a couple of minutes, but he's not here. Oh, he is here. Okay, perfect. So currently we have had Myles Garrett, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen off the board. Everybody else is here. When it's my turn, can you show me available players? We also have a spreadsheet on Discord so you can see who's gone. So if that helps you, then I encourage you to take a look. Go Bears. Gonna miss saying that. We'll still probably have Bears at halftime because I assume Madden is still glitched with that. Going back to quarterback, gotta break the curse. We'll see if it finally happens. The Bears are the games. We should have given the games to the Bears. Instead, we gave him their rival. All right, I've been DM'd the Bears pick here at 4. And we've got our first running back off the board. Nick Chubb is a Chicago Bear for now. I think they're relocating, but for now, he is a member of the Bears. I have a feeling a lot of people wanted Nick Chubb, myself included. Not that I thought he was going to fall to my pick, but okay. That'll bring up the Houston Texans here at pick 5. Yeah, everybody's angry. I kind of expected that. That's really not a surprise. Gonna have to cry myself to sleep for having to play Josh Allen twice a year. As the Bills, that might be the worst part. What does C-Mill have planned here at 5? When everybody's mad that you picked a player, that means it's probably a good pick. Which having a good running back in this game is very important. Obviously, in real life, you're not picking Nick Chubb at 4, but since it's Madden and running backs are important, I don't have a problem with it at all. I don't think anybody's made a bad pick so far. We'll see if that changes. AKA whenever Hector reaches on Greg Dortch or Jacoby Brissett. All right, C-Mill has DM me his pick. He sent me a GIF, and I'm kind of confused. So once he clarifies, we'll be able to pick the person. Okay, he has clarified who he wants. The Texans are picking quarterback Lamar Jackson, the most winningest player probably in OFL history. He has a bazillion rings, 3 of which with yours truly. He almost won a couple more last year. He made the AFC Championship 3 times with Dublin. And I guess this is the first time since OFL 20 that he was not initially drafted by the Bengals, because in OFL 21 he was with the Bengals, and then last year the Shamrocks were originally the Bengals. And ironically, OFL 20 he was with me, and now I am the Bengals. So everything has gone completely full circle with Lamar. I'll bring up the Jacksonville Jaguars. Did Pepper Jack DM me aboard? Let's see. He did. Ooh, I don't think a lot of people are going to be happy about this pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars are getting the number 1 player on their board, the number 1 player on my board as well, not that I thought he was going to fall to 22, and that is Nick Bosa. So he is headed to Duval, although I think the Jags are relocating. I think they're becoming the Oilers, so he's going to be an Oiler. Very good pick. That'll bring us to the Chargers at 7. I think I already know who they want. I saw the Browns logo and got excited. Yeah, it's going to take a while getting used to this. I'm not used to everybody's new teams yet. So that brings us to Candy and the Chargers at 7, and they are going to be selecting quarterback Justin Herbert. So he will remain a Charger. Will he remain a Los Angeles Charger? I don't know, because they might go to San Diego. But he will remain a Charger. Nick Bosa is the perfect Oiler, a white man not liking black people. Jesus Christ. All right, who's the Colts? I think Jose is the Colts. He told me he would DM me their first pick, and then they might sim out afterwards. I'm not sure if that's what he implied. And they're going to pick another player who I think a lot of people are going to want. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson is headed to Indianapolis. So the Gritty will live on at Lucas Oil Stadium. So far, everybody's made good picks so far. Good job, fellas. That'll bring up the Philadelphia Eagles with the 9th pick. I think I know who the Eagles are going to pick, but I could be wrong. So let's see if I'm right. Who drafted Jay Jettas? Jose and the Colts did. Can you scroll through the edge rushers? Well, everybody's there except for Myles Garrett and Nick Bosa. So if there's anybody else you want, they're all here. Pick Jacoby Brissett. That sounds like a great idea. All right, all those guys are there. 2 Justins back-to-back. Could we have a third? Who's the 3rd best Justin in the NFL? Does anybody know? Can we make Jacoby and Dortch off limits? I mean, I can't really make that. Justin Tucker, that's probably the answer. You're right. I don't think it's fair to make any players off limits, but don't pick those guys too early. Justin Fields, another good example. I mean, Justin Fields is probably more important to his team, but Justin Tucker might be a better, football player at his position than both Herbert and Jefferson, which obviously says a lot. Because both those guys are really good. Why is Justin Herbert only he's in 92. That's better than I thought. Still kind of low. What is his awareness rating? 82. So I guess if he had 99 awareness, he'd probably be a 99. I have a plan. This might be a bit high, but here we go. Oh, boy. Okay, I have been DM'd his pick. It's not who I thought it would be at all, but still a pretty good selection. Running back, Christian McCaffrey is headed to the Birds. He looks weird in 23. I still have not gotten used to that. I know that's his current number in real life, but still, I have not gotten used to that. Not that 23 and 22 are all that different. All right, the Titans are on the clock at 10. This is Vachin's pick. He has DM'd me who he wants. The top player on his board is still available, and it is another player who will be returning to his team in real life. The King, Derrick Henry, is sticking around in Tennessee. So Herbert and Derrick Henry are back on their normal teams. Why is he wearing red sleeves? Did they change that? Because he definitely does not wear red sleeves in our series, although the red sleeves do kind of go hard, I won't lie. Who's up next? The Cleveland Browns, and they are selecting Micah Parsons. Good pick. I didn't think he'd fall to 22, but he probably would have been the guy I picked. So we've got our third defensive player off the board. Micah Parsons will be in our division, and he'll hopefully be trying to sack Mike White of the Bengals twice a year. Am I right? All right, so that brings us to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Parsons in a Browns uniform. I just got hard. We're up to 12. We're moving at a good speed so far. Less than a minute per pick. That's good. Hopefully we keep it going. After the Steelers, we have Broncos, Raiders, Rams, Bucks, Commanders, Chiefs, Bills. Those teams are all coming up. Jay Jettas went to the Colts at, I think, 8. Go to quarterbacks. All the quarterbacks are here except for Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, and Herbert. All the other QBs are here. So that means if you really want, you can pick Derek Carr right now. I don't know how he's fallen to 12. Wink, wink. I have 3 to 5 minutes left. Your pick is 24. Yeah, I don't think you'll get lucky, but we'll see. Joe Burrow, darn. I do not want him in my division. Joe Burrow in a Steelers jersey is also going to look wrong. I don't know how he fell to 12. I thought someone was going to pick him in the top 5. What are you guys doing? How did Joe Burrow fall to 12? So now Joe Burrow and Micah Parsons are in my division. Yay. It'll be all good, though, when I use my first-round pick on Kenneth Walker. Am I right? I almost took Burrow, but I have a plan. I thought that's who you were going to take, which at this point I kind of wish you did. All right, that brings us to the Denver Broncos. They're selecting running back Jonathan Taylor. That's a good pick. So JT is headed to the Mile High City. He's going to be a Bronco. Thank God he's not wearing number 19 like with the Shamrocks. Why is Aaron Donald falling? Probably because he's old. Although he is really good. I feel like somebody's got to pick him soon. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me to pick him. I claim K9. We share birthdays. He's like an 84 at 21 years old. That's kind of nice. Just saying. All right, the Raiders. That would be Troy. They're going with Brian Burns. That's a nice pick. Does he have Superstar? Yeah, that's a good pick. Okay, someone's got to pick Aaron Donald soon, right? And the experiments I did, the guy had like 20 sacks a year. Let's be real. The Rams are up. I think he told me to sim. We're going to have our first sim pick if I'm correct. Yes, he is going to auto-draft. Will this be where Aaron Donald falls off the board? Could it be a quarterback? I know A.J. Brown usually goes really high in the sim. Dak Prescott to the Rams. Okay, he is Superstar X Factor, and I don't really know why. But he does. That'll bring us to the Bucks. That is Eastmood. Did Eastmood DM me who he wanted? He did not. So, unless he says something within the next 30 seconds, we'll sim. Yeah, Rain Dakota Prescott. What a guy. I feel like the board's falling nicely. Not that like any of the players picked this early were surprises, but the board's falling nicely so far. This is good. Someone draft Burrow. Burrow was picked a couple picks ago. He's gone. Unfortunately. Is he online by chance? Looks like he is. We'll wait another like 10 seconds and then we'll sim. Eastmoon wants a Munoz St. Brown, I'm sure. Who would it be here? Which quarterback would be next in the sim? If it even is one. Jalen Hurts? It'd probably be Jalen Hurts. If I were to guess. So I guess Jalen Hurts will probably be a Buccaneer unless Eastmoon comes in within the next 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Jalen Hurts. Boom. Call it. I'm smart. So that'll bring us to the Washington Commanders at 17. We've made it halfway through the first round. Max Crosby. That's a really good pick. He was someone I would have very strongly considered. 94 overall. He's nice. So Max Crosby is headed to the Commanders. Left hand up. Who are we? All right, the Chiefs. I think Bubba DM knew who he wanted, and it is a really good pick. Okay, he changed his pick. All right, so the Chiefs are going with running back Dalvin Cook. Why does he look right in a Chiefs jersey? I don't know, but he does. It's something about that just looks right. The Chiefs have a history of good running backs in this league. Maybe not last year, but in general they do. That'll bring us to the Buffalo Bills. Who does SGYT want? I honestly have no idea. I'm curious to see where they go here. After the Bills, we have the Niners, Falcons, Bengals, Cowboys, Packers, Giants, Dolphins due up. Put them on the Chiefs in real life. Yeah, really, that'd be nice. Dalvin Cook for Isaiah Pacheco. Who says no? Isaiah Pacheco's nice. Just saying. Yeah, Tyreek is still... We've only had one receiver pick so far, being Justin Jefferson. All the other receivers are still here. Tyreek, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams. Time for the Titans playbook so Dalvin can run for 2,500 yards. The anti-Kansas City Chiefs. Is SGYT here? I thought he was. Who's he going to pick? Yeah, I'm in the same boat. This is a tough pick because there's so many good players. Ooh, he took the guy I probably wanted. Not that I thought he was going to fall, but this is a phenomenal pick. Trevor Lawrence to the Bills. I was very tempted to pick him. There's a part of me that's kind of happy because now I can go with my original plan. But Trevor Lawrence would have been a really good pick for us. All right, that'll bring us to the Niners. Okay, I think I know who I'm going to pick at 22, unless the player goes, which would be kind of bad. So who's Danny bringing to San Francisco? Here are the quarterbacks. We've had Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Herbert, Burrow, Dak, and Hurts off the board. And Trevor Lawrence just now. And then running back, we've had Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, and Dalvin Cook picked. Saquon, come on home. That's a nice pick. Last year, the Niners picked Nick Chubb in the first round. Now they get Saquon Barkley. Who needs a quarterback? Facts. All right, that'll bring us to the Falcons. Who's the Falcons again? Why am I forgetting? Cobra's the Falcons. That's right. Did he send me a draft board, or is he here? I don't know. No draft board. So we'll wait a good 30 seconds, and if he's not here, we'll skip. We only had two Sims in the top 20. That's pretty good. What if I accidentally draft the wrong player? That has definitely happened before. We'll just do a little switcheroo. Saquon Barkley was the reason why I fell in love with football. That's a good reason. Saquon Barkley is a pretty fun player. All right, we'll wait another 10 seconds for Cobra, and then the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock, and I'm pretty sure I know who I'm going to pick. I think. Every team has a coach. How do we do a switcheroo? So let's say for my pick, I want Geno Smith, and I accidentally pick Derek Carr. Then we'll pretend that Derek Carr is still on the board, and whoever drafts Derek Carr will swap him with Geno Smith. If that makes sense. All right, who are the Falcons going to pick here at 21? Kyler Murray. Okay. So the Cincinnati Bengals are now on the board. I see Aaron Donald is still there. And there's a part of me that really wants to do it, but I also want to ensure that my guy is going to stay here the entire time. So this might be a little bit stupid, but I am not going to go with Aaron Donald. Instead, I am going to pick the Predator. I chase young kids. Chase is ranked 71 in true value. Great. That makes me feel good. But in all the experiments I did, Chase Young did really well. So he's going to be my face of my team. Having an elite pass rusher is really good, really important in this game, and I don't see how he would have fallen to my next pick. So I chase young kids is happening in Cincinnati. You guys thought that last year my strategy of drafting convicted felons was fun. This year we're picking it up a notch. Chase Young was supposed to be a Bengal anyway. If only Joe Burrow didn't have his 6,000-yard season. He was supposed to be coming back home in the second round. Chase Young would not fall to the middle of the second round. Maybe the early second round, but I didn't think he was going to fall to my pick in the second round, and he was the guy I wanted the most. Needs Deshaun Watson. There's a part of me that kind of wants to just for the memes. Oh, DeGames is here. Perfect. You guys are up next after the Knicks. I don't know why Octi passed on T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt would have been a good pick too, and I don't think he's going to retire, but in the experiments I've done, Chase Young usually develops into a monster, and I'm not worried about regression with him compared to Aaron Donald and T.J. Watt. So that way, I think the production's going to be pretty similar, and I don't have to worry about him being old. T.J. Watt. Oh, that's who Nick wants. Okay, I'm stupid. T.J. Watt is going to the Cowboys. Not a bad pick here at all. Arguably would have been a better pick than Chase Young, but maybe I decided to just get cute. Octi's slow, I know. TJ would look terrible in a Bengals jersey. Exactly, TJ Watt in a Bengals jersey sacking Joe Burrow in a Steelers jersey should be illegal. So you guys are welcome that you don't have to see that. The Green Bay Packers select Davante Adams. So we finally got our second receiver off the board. Davante Adams in a Packers jersey. I don't know how I feel about that. I've never seen Davante Adams in a Packers jersey until now, so this looks kind of weird. All right, the New York Football Giants are on the board here at 25. This is Luke Kendrick's team. The best defensive player is Myles Garrett for Sim in my experience. It's always Myles Garrett. That's probably why he went number one. If I could get him for the fourth time in OFL history, believe me, I would. I sent my pick in DM. Okay, let me find it. Okay, so the Giants will be selecting running back Josh Jacobs. The running backs are falling off the board quickly. So another running back is gone. Very good pick here for the Giants, even though he only has star dev, but it doesn't really matter. I'll trade you Myles Garrett for Chase Young. I'm down. What dev is Aaron Jones? Probably superstar. Jamar Chase. How did Jamar Chase fall to 26? That's what I've got to ask. So Jamar Chase is a Dolphin. This almost happened in real life. And that'll bring us to the New York Jets, Jets. That's bad for me. Are you going to draft someone to cover him? We've had no defensive backs go off the board yet, for what it's worth. A lot of running backs, a lot of quarterbacks, and a lot of pass rushers. And now we're starting to see some receivers go with Davante Adams and Jamar Chase within the last few picks. Which Jet is going to be the pick here? Elijah Moore, come on down. Quinnen Williams. Okay, at least you picked a good Jet. Like a Jet worthy of going in the first round, because he's probably the only one. So Quinnen Williams remains on the Jets. That'll bring up Detroit. I know they sent me a draft board. All right, so the Lions are picking a quarterback here. I think a lot of people probably are going to want this player. I'm surprised he's going in the first round, though, but he's good and he's young. Justin Fields is a Detroit Lion. What's going on down there? Justin Fields looks good in that jersey. I won't lie. Okay, enough fantasizing. Let's move on. The Minnesota Vikings are now here at 29. This is Naruto's team. Feels weird not being the Vikings. Preying on the Lions' downfall. I remember the last time Justin Fields went that high. Didn't really work out, although Justin Fields did have that one really good playoff game, so that's all that matters. The Lions jersey is so crisp. That is very true. Is Naruto here, by the way? Oh, he is here. Quarterback. He wants a quarterback. All the QBs are falling off the board. Really got to wait another 35 picks, but you get back-to-back picks. So that's the plus. Justin Fields to Colt Riggs. If only Colt Riggs was here, am I right? Cardinals all black. Facts. Tua Tagovailoa, or should I say Tua turn the ball over, is going to Minnesota. He looks kind of good in that jersey, too. Jock Peterson and Devontae Adams were a wide receiver tandem in high school. Jock Peterson was a good football player. All right, Carolina's up. Did Mr. Rob send a board? Or is he here? Okay, I don't have the board, so we'll wait like 30 seconds, see if he's here. Yeah, the free agency is going to be very fun, with second and third rounders being free agents pretty early, which, again, once we get out of the first round, I'll explain the contract status for your second rounders. Sam Howell. What if I pick Sam Howell first? And what happens there? All right, I don't think Mr. Rob is here. We'll wait another 10 seconds. Would there be another quarterback off the board, or is it going to be A.J. Brown? Because I think he's like one of the next ones. Maybe Deshaun Watson. Yeah, probably Deshaun Watson. I don't. Yeah, it would have to be Deshaun Watson, unless it's like a Trey Lance or something. Mr. Rob, I know you want Zach Martin. Zach Martin's good. He's old, though. All right, Mr. Rob is not here, so we will sim. The Panthers are picking Terry McLaurin. Oh. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad pick at all. I'm surprised he went this early compared to A.J. Brown, who usually is the second receiver off the board in Madden Sims. So Scary Terry's a Panther. That's a nice pick. Minnesota Viking legend. Go to running back. Here are the running backs. Am I customizing the contracts? The contracts are going to be whatever Madden has as the default. So, for example, the first rounders have 5-year deals. The second rounders I'll explain in a second. He was supposed to come home in the third round. Yeah, hoping to be there in the third round is hopeful, put it that way. Edge. Boom. Here are your edge rushers. Aaron Donald's still there, by the way, guys, in case you want to consider that. Don't tempt me to pick Aaron Donald in the second round, because I will. Tony Pollard. Okay, then. That's a surprise. In the first round. Wow. That's, interesting. I mean, he is an 87. But, wow, in the first round. Bro actually took my pick. Was anybody targeting Tony Pollard this early? I mean, if you were, I'm sorry to hear that, because he just got picked, but holy cow, in the first round. Okay. All right, the Ravens is a sim pick, and they have back-to-back picks. So they'll start with Tyreek Hill. There you go. So that will wrap up the first round. We have 31 really good players and then Tony Pollard. So for the second round, these players signed 2-year contracts. Keep in mind we have the sim year as well. So after season 1, these players who you're about to draft in this round will be free agents. So take that for what you will. That'll start the Ravens. This is a sim pick. And they go with Fred Warner. That's a good pick. Fred Warner's good in Madden Sim. So Fred Warner and Tyreek Hill are both with the Ravens. That'll bring up the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, we have a sim year. You didn't know that? That way, if we didn't have a sim year, then you'd be the Saints for the first season. As we have a bot. Why do we have a sim year? So people can relocate. Wide receiver. Wide receivers are still on the fall. You still got Cooper Kupp there, who is quite good in this game. I'm not going to lie. Yes, you can re-sign players in the offseason, of course. A.J. Brown, that's a nice pick. So A.J. Brown and Tony Pollard are leading the offense for the Cardinals. I'm surprised he wasn't picked in the first round. All right, that'll bring us to the Panthers. This is a sim, and they go with Jalen Ramsey. Our first defensive back was off the board. I'm surprised he wasn't in the first round either. So that'll bring us to the Minnesota Vikings. Who will be joining Tua Tagovailoa? Will it be a wide receiver? Cooper Kupp, 97 overall, still there. He's pretty darn good in Madden Sim. I won't lie. He is a little older though. That's the downside. Tony Pollard will be elite. I would hope so if he's your first round pick. Amon-Ra St. Brown is still there. Greg Dortch versus Jalen Ramsey matchup will be insane. Yeah, the good 6 inches of height difference. DK Metcalf is still there, unless you're saying that's who you're going to pick. So, are you asking if he's there? Because he is. If you want him here. Who's picked this round so far? We've got Fred Warner, A.J. Brown, Jalen Ramsey, and DK Metcalf. That's who they're picking. Okay. So DK Metcalf is going to the Vikings. He would have been a player I strongly considered with my next pick. If only he was on the Vikings 1 year earlier. Am I right? That'll bring us to the Detroit Lions. They sent a board. I think I know who they want. And I think a lot of people are not going to be pleased. So they are picking a corner, our second defensive back off the board. Detroit native. Where is he? Sauce Gardner. Right in front of the New York Jets. That might be the best part. Okay, I could stare at this for a while. He looks really good in those colors, I'm not going to lie. So Sauce Gardner is a Detroit Lion. I wish I could have been saying those words back in April, but that's besides the point. And Little Jai has his guy picked right in front of him. That's so perfect. Is it Breece Hall now? It might be. Jose's not the Lions. Too shiesty is the Lions. Jose is the Colts. I have a feeling a lot of people wanted Sauce. Everyone had a chance to pick him in the first round. Just saying. Go to corner. All the corners are here other than Jalen Ramsey and obviously Sauce Gardner. Sauce only has star, but he is also an 87 for a rookie. So I don't think depth matters that much. Obviously, him having superstar abilities is nice, though. Anybody you like here? DJ Reed. I don't think DJ Reed's a second-round caliber player. I hate to break it to you. He's probably low 80s. 83. Yeah, I don't think that's not a second-round pick. So, just throwing that out there. I'm sure you'd rather Tre'Davious White or Jair Alexander. I would hope. You don't need to draft all Jets. You need to draft good football players. There's a reason why the New York Jets haven't made the playoffs since 2010. Anybody you like here? Let's move along. DJ, are you sure you want to do this? Are you only going to pick Jets players? Because that's a bad idea. I mean, you can pick who you want, but Tre'Davious White and Jair Alexander are a whole lot better than DJ Reed, who has normal dev. He's a little younger than I thought, though, but still, normal dev. Can I be in the AFC East? I'm asking the same thing right now. I almost picked the Dolphins, and I'm wishing I did. I guess I'm picking DJ Reed. Alrighty, DJ Reed's a Jet. Jesus Christ. Okay. What's worse, that or Tony Pollard? Alright, that'll bring us to the Dolphins. Jalen Waddle. I'm going to do the Waddle right now. I know nobody can see it. Yeah, I just waddled. All right, Jalen Waddle and Jamar Chase are on the same team. That's kind of threatening. And that'll bring us to the New York Football Giants. Who's their first pick? Josh Jacobs, that's right. You can hear it. Good. And he waddles away. Waddle, waddle. Just lost 80 years of my life. Yeah, really. TJ Reed in the top 40 picks. Good Lord. Tony Pollard will run the NFC East. Well, you guys aren't in the NFC East, so I don't think that's going to happen. Unless you trade him to the NFC East. Does Tony Pollard want to go back to Dallas? My plan is no quarterback or running back. Oh, okay. To tank. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. All right, who are the Giants picking? Sent it via DM. Okay. I think I didn't get the notification because I didn't accept the DM right away. There we go. Jair Alexander. That's a good pick. A lot better than DJ Reed, I'll tell you that. So Jair Alexander, the same age as DJ Reed, but he's 2 developments better and 9 ratings higher. DJ Reed did not go before TJ Watt, thankfully. But he did go before Aaron Donald, who is still on the board. Aaron Donald was picked after DJ Reed. Don't tempt me to pick him. Do not tempt me. I know exactly who I want, but if Aaron Donald is still there, I might have to do it. All right, the Packers are up. I don't know if the Games is here. He did send me a draft board. All right, so the Packers will... Yeah, Joey Bosa is there as well. There's still plenty of good pass rushers. Rashawn Gary's still there. Plenty of defensive tackles. Chris Jones. Okay, so the Packers, they have a draft board. They are going to be select. Is this first offensive lineman? I think it is. Andrew Thomas to the Packers. That'll bring us to the Dallas Cowboys. The Games is in school, yes, but he made it very clear that he wanted Andrew Thomas. So I think he's pleased. Once he'll see. All right, who's going to the Cowboys? Don't pick the guy I want. Or Aaron Donald, because he's a good backup plan. This is Nick's first opportunity to pick Snipe Me. So, you don't know who Andrew Thomas is? That's a bigger problem than Andrew Thomas going in the second round. He's, what, 23? That's not like a reach. I mean, should he be the first offensive lineman off the board? Probably not. I've always wanted to see CeeDee Lamb in a Cowboys uniform. I assume that implies who you're picking? Where is he? There he is. Why is he only an 87? How is he worse than Michael Thomas and Chris Godwin? And I love Chris Godwin. I think he's always been better than Mike Evans. How is CeeDee Lamb lower than any of these, like, 5? And Keenan Allen and Tyler Lockett? How is Tyler Lockett a 91? I get he's good, but he's not that good. Jesus. All right, CeeDee Lamb's going to Dallas. I don't know how the player I want fell here, and it's not Aaron Donald. If Nick were to pick the guy I wanted here, I would have picked Aaron Donald instead. I think you all are crazy for passing on this guy. The greatest player in OFL history is joining my team. Joe Mixon is staying in Cincinnati. I cannot believe he fell to this pick. But thank you guys in advance. Octi knows. Octi does know. Thank you, guys. I don't know how he fell here. Cobra was a sim, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Did Octi pass out? No, I just got excited. Or maybe I did. I don't know. Stephon Diggs to the Falcons. Can someone please pick Aaron Donald? Jesus Christ. How is he still on the board? Remember last year when Donald was the first pick? I do. And for a while, I thought Aaron Donald was going to be the first pick this year. Here are the quarterbacks, by the way. I see in the spreadsheet, Stephon Diggs has the parenthesis him next to his name, which isn't, like, wrong, but the real him is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is so good every year in OFL. I don't know how he fell. And he was the last running back I really wanted, so I am on cloud 9 at the moment. Yikes is right. The quarterbacks are not very good unless you want Old Man Rodgers or Old Man Brady. Your next option is Kirk Cousins, the Massager, or Geno Smith. Can I say wide receivers and corners? Yes. Here are the wide receivers. And here are the corners. Why draft a quarterback when you can draft me? There you go. That's one way to look at it. Not taking Geno is selling. Does Geno have a dev? He probably has star. I'll turn the Jeopardy music on in a second. Trey White, I think, is 27. Here, I'll Google it. Yeah, he's 27. When was he born, though? What month? January. Yeah, so he's 27 in the game. He's decently young. And I think he probably is X Factor. Octi was what? Yeah, but you've also been here for a good 2 minutes since I showed it. Oh, that was fast. Okay, Tre'Davious White it is. I was responding to a DM. That's why. Yeah, Trey is X Factor. Okay, good pick. This is why draft boards are a thing. That is true. Okay, the Bills. Who's joining my Loin Locks brethren, Trevor Lawrence? Who put not him in front of Joe Mixon on the spreadsheet? Joe Mixon, the same guy who ran for 2,000 yards a season last year, excuse me? Yeah, the way my jaw dropped on the floor when Giddy didn't pick him after what he did for Giddy last year. Denzel Ward, I think, is star, which is stupid, but he is star. All right, I've been DM'd the pick by the Bills. He's given Trevor Lawrence a weapon. Deebo Samuel. So Clemson and South Carolina are now teammates. I'm going to probably run the Bucs playbook, which I know is like super anti-run, at least for the first year, so I can develop my trash quarterback. But maybe I'll eventually go with the Titans playbook, but I still want to have a really good passing offense, especially at the start. And I know Joe Mixon will, produce regardless because he's Joe Mixon. That'll bring us to the Chiefs. Who does Bubba want? I had him last year, so you could have repeated if you wanted to. You can pick whoever you want. I mean, if you don't want the same players as last year, obviously that's fine. You can pick whoever you want. But I'm just saying I would have picked Joe Mixon over Tony Pollard. All right, Bubba's DMing me. He is going to select Mark Andrews, first tight end off the board. Tight ends are very hit or miss in this game, but Mark Andrews is a pretty good player, so I get it. When can we start making players? I'll have an announcement up eventually once I figure it all out, and then obviously you'll be able to make all the players. Max Crosby and Aaron Donald. Thank God somebody finally took him. How did he go in the middle of the second round? If Joe Mixon was gone, I would have picked Aaron Donald. I wouldn't have been able to contain myself. So, yeah, that's a very, very good pick. Hector, I thought Hector was originally going to pick him number 1. And even that wouldn't have been a horrible pick. Because Aaron Donald is obviously very good in this game. Now he goes in the middle of the second round. If you had told me before today that Tony Pollard and DJ Reed would have gone before him, I would have said, some of you guys are crazy. Kayvon Thibodeau has star. Pretty much all the top pass rushers have star. Hutchinson is star. Trayvon Walker is star. Facing Max Crosby and Aaron Donald twice a year. Well, technically, I guess he would technically be a one-year rental because it's only a 2-year deal. But he should stay for a good 3 or 4 years at least. I think there are a few rookies who have star. I know Evan Neal and Ike Ekwonu do. Does anybody else? Maybe not. I guess if you're going to give superstar to 2 of the rookies, I mean, those were my number 1 and number 2 players in the class last year, so I don't really have an issue with it being those 2. Who's up now? The Bucs. Oh, this is a sim. The next 2 picks are sims. Bucs and Dallas. Or not Dallas, the Rams. Why did I say Dallas? Kyle Pitts to the Bucs. And the Rams get Cooper Kupp. So he will remain with the Rams. Jordan Davis has superstar. That's right. I forgot about that. That'll bring us to the Raiders and Troy. His board is quite large. I think it's bigger than mine. And that says something because I have a pretty large board. Cooper Kupp's kind of like in the same boat as Aaron Donald because he gets Offensive Player of the Year like every year in Madden Sim. It's ridiculous. The guy is a 2,000-yard walking machine. Dexter Lawrence. That's not a bad pick. He's really good. He's a 91. He should probably have Superstar, to be honest. But not a bad pick at all. Only 24 years old. I like that pick. All right, that'll bring us to the Denver Broncos. Joey Bosa. So all the high-level pass rushers are falling off the board for the most part. You still got some good ones. But yeah, having an elite pass rusher in this game is very important. Hence why I may have reached a little on Chase Young, but besides the point. The dream is... You thought Joey Bosa was going to fall to the 3rd round? I mean, I guess we're not that far away from the 3rd round, so I guess it could have been possible. Travis Kelce. A little older, but 98 overall. He'll be catching passes from Joe Burrow. The tight ends are still starting to fall now. Again, tight end can be hit or miss, but if you hit, you can hit big. The Browns. Here are the quarterbacks. You want an old man? Do you want a massage machine? Do you want Matt Ryan? Who do I want in the next round? I know my pick's a ways away. Oh, I think I know who I want. Yeah, I think I have an idea. Take Gino. How old is Gino? Like 32, I think? I mean, that's not like old. Trey Lance. Of all the QBs here, that's probably the best one at this point for the long term. You could argue Deshaun Watson, but Trey Lance is 22. Trey Lance is pretty good in this game. So I'm really skeptical of anybody picking a quarterback now because that could be a big reach, but I don't have a problem with Trey Lance going here. All right, that'll bring up the Titans. That chat only DM'd me who he wanted in the first round, so looks like he's offline. He DM'd me what he wanted to do if all his players were gone, so I assume that's what he would want for the second round, which is best available defensive lineman, which would be Chris Jones. So I assume that's who he would probably want, which, I mean, that's a really good pick. So if he doesn't want Chris Jones, I'm sorry, you got a really good player, and you're going to have to deal with it. Yeah, Deshaun Watson as star. That'll bring us to the Philadelphia Eagles. Scroll through Edge. Why is this? We're going at a decent speed. We've been at it a little less than an hour, and we've made it through pretty much 2 rounds. So not bad. Pat Surtain has not been taken yet. Somehow. No, he is X, but it feels like there's better defensive tackles. I guess in terms of age, like maybe... Well, Kenny Clark's like 27. So maybe not. And he's only an 86. Buckner's only an 85? I didn't realize those guys were that low. Holy cow. Okay, interesting pick here for the Eagles. They're going with Gregory Rousseau from the U. He is only 22 years old. So, certainly some upside. He only has star dev, but not a bad pick. 85 overall. Okay, that'll bring us to the Colts. I think this is a sim, because he just told me what to do with his first pick. Unless he's still... I'll wait a second just to make sure. Oh, no, he's here. Okay, never mind. He DM'd me who he wants. They're picking another pass catcher to join forces with Justin Jefferson, and that is going to be George Kittle. That'll bring us to the Chargers. TJ Watt, Max Crosby, Aaron Donald, and Greg Rousseau. That's something. Okay, I've been DM'd their pick. I have no clue how this player has fallen. But he is still on the board. And that is Patrick Surtain. He is superstar, right? Yeah, he should. That's a very good pick. That'll bring us to the Jags and Pepper Jack. He has a board, doesn't he? I think so. All right, so he is going back to the defense here with our second off-ball linebacker off the day, and that is Roquan Smith. Garrett Wilson, Sack Wilson. Why is his name like Ballsack? Mike White, Mekhi Becton, and Elijah Moore have all been drafted. Yes, I can confirm because I picked Mike White. Why does Roquan wear number 18 again? That's so stupid. All right, that'll bring us to the Texans. Smith should be X Factor. Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. He probably is the second best off-ball linebacker in the league, so I don't see an issue with that. Ooh, very good pick here by the Texans. I thought about him in the first round. I don't know how this player fell. Rashawn Gary. So now pretty much all the really good, at least defensive end pass rushers have pretty much been taken off the board. This, kids, is why you go pass rusher early. All All right, the Bears are here. He has DM'd me what position he would like me to check. That was going to be my second pick if Donald wasn't there. Yeah, I'm surprised he fell this low. He has superstar Evan. He's only like 24. Texans having talent is crazy. Lamar Jackson and Rashawn Gary playing for a team like the Texans. Edge, okay. Well, we just did right outside. There's left outside. All the really good pass rushers are pretty much gone. I guess Von Miller's kind of old, but Von Miller's also really good in this game. So, even though you're only probably going to have Von Miller for like 3 years, it could be really worth it because he's nasty. Judon, I think, is what, like 28, 29, I think? So he's not old, but he's been in the league a little while. He's 30. When was he? What month? August. So he might be 29 in the game. That's probably like right around the cutoff, like middle of August. So he's either 29 or 30. Here, let's see. I don't know when the cutoff is for Madden's birthdays. He is 30. Okay. Here comes the round of hell. The third round where everybody is a free agent right away. Better not draft someone who's going to cost a lot of money. If you want a quarterback, the third round is not the round to pick him. Unless you're worried that he's going to go. Then I guess you don't have a good choice. Who wrote good pick next to DJ Reed in the spreadsheet? You. Well, I guess that would make sense. What do you mean they're all free agents? So I'll explain once we get to the third round, but long story short, all the third rounders only have 1-year deals. So you're going to have to pay them. Or let them go. Jeffrey Simmons. That's probably the best long-term pass rusher you could have gotten here, at least in terms of the edge rushers. That'll bring us to the New England Patriots. He wants the best available wide receiver, and that would be DeAndre Hopkins. Is there an over-under of DJ Reed makes it to an 86? What is he, an 83? Yeah, so probably 86, 87 would be his peak. I'll go over. Not confidently, though. But I'll say 87, maybe 88 if he gets lucky. So that'll bring us to Todd and the Seahawks. They picked Patrick Mahomes in the first round. Over, easy. He has normal dev. I don't think it's easy. You'll be lucky if he sees the 90s. Do I alter the dev sliders? Not usually. I wish there were regression sliders. That would be nice. Are we able to yeah, you'll be able to re-sign your third-round picks, obviously, but you still have to pay them, and there's still a chance they could decline. But you obviously will have the opportunity to do that. So you'll be able to get them back in the re-sign phase, which is going to be different this year at the new contracts because nobody knows how to do math. All right, the Seahawks are picking a wide receiver, and that is going to be Tyler Lockett. So he'll stick around in Seattle, and that'll bring us to the Saints, who have back-to-back picks. So Hector, hopefully you have two guys you like. Yeah, dev regression is off, because dev regression is broken in this game. But I wish there were, like, regression sliders by positions. That'd be really nice, because, like, by the time we get to Season 5, there's, like, a bazillion 99 overall running backs. And if that was the case, then I probably wouldn't have picked Joe Mixon here. Hassan Reddick, that's a good pick. He was pretty good in the experiments I did. Not Jacoby Brissett or Greg Dortch. DJ is young, yes, but he's the same age as Jair Alexander, who was on the board for you and significantly better. DJ Reed in like the 5th round is more than fine. But with Jair Alexander on the board, I don't know. Okay, so that brings us to the 3rd round. So for the 3rd round, these players are only on 1-year contracts. So you'll have them for the sim year, and then you'll have to re-sign them. You'll obviously have the opportunity to pay them, but if you don't, then, well, they're gone. Keenan Allen. A little older, but 90 overall. He is the highest rated wide receiver on the board, and he has Superstar X Factor. I think 30 is like fine to where you're probably going to have him the whole time. Only bad picks for this round. Yes, if I was you, I would try to pick players who probably are not going to command like that much money at like less valuable positions. So if this is where you want to draft your safety, by the way, no safeties have been picked. So if you want like Minka Fitzpatrick, this would be a good time. Force teams to stay, like what, no trading? Yeah, we don't do trading until the first offseason. DeForest Buckner. I'm surprised he's this low, but he is very good in Madden Sim. Grover Stewart, NA. Did Grover Stewart not go to school? I'm actually curious about this. Hold on. He played it for Albany State. So I guess because Albany State's not in the game. So what's going to happen is in the sim year, we're going to set up the relocation. So by the time we get to the first real season, all the relocations are going to be done. I don't see a reason to like wait and make everybody stay their base teams. That seems kind of pointless. New England. They want the best cornerback available, and that is big play Darius Slay. That'll bring us to the Bears. You think your draft has been good so far? I would say so. Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle is a pretty darn good duo. I think we shouldn't. I think probably 90% of the people in the league would probably disagree. Respectfully, of course. Age. You want Brock Purdy? Is he only 21? No, he's 22. Yeah, I think Sam Howell's the only 21-year-old quarterback here. Nope, that's not QB. You can get Carson Strong, Bears legend. Bring him back to Chicago. Dear God, this is hard to look at. Yikes. You can get 2 gloves, Kenny Pickett. I want Purdy, but not today. Good. Nobody better pick Brock Purdy today because that would be a horrible pick. Cole McDonald had a farm. Isn't Cole McDonald like kind of good in this game considering his rating? Like obviously not that good, but for like a 50 whatever, he's not terrible. I just sorted by age. I just did that. This is sorting by age. These are all the youngest players at quarterback. I just did that. Oh, just for all players. Oh, okay. There you go. There are some surprising players still on the board, I won't lie. I thought I knew who I was going to pick in this round, but maybe not. Kenny Mitten Kittens. Anybody you want? Going once, going twice. Do I need to put the song on? I scrolled to like 30. I feel like that's like more than enough. I'll go to 50. How about that? Okay, there you go. These guys are like 27. That's not that young anymore. Hurry up and pick A.J. Terrell. I'll tell you what, A.J. Terrell is not on my draft board. Denzel Ward, finally. Okay. But yeah, you guys can have A.J. Terrell. I did not even write his name down. I do not even want to consider that thought. Not that he'd be a bad pick, but I am not doing that again. No way is A.J. Terrell back on my team. Speaking of corners, we have a different one going off the board here to the Texans, and it's Marlon Humphrey. How long did it take me to make my board? Not counting, like, my sim experiments, so, like, just to make the board itself, probably, like, I don't know, half an hour, maybe a little longer. A.J. Terrell plays on the Falcons. I think I picked A.J. Terrell in, like, probably the 7th or 8th. Maybe a little bit before that. I think I picked Greg Newsome before him last year, though. Because A.J. Terrell was only like an 82 in the ballpark. I don't remember what he was last year, but something like that. Danny he didn't know who Andrew Thomas was until 20 minutes ago. How many safeties have been taken? 0. Oh, Pepperjack has a board. My bad. Let's find it. Another corner. If you want a corner, they are falling off the board. Where is he? Oh, he's at the top. I can't read. Marshawn Lattimore is the pick to the Jags. Wasn't he on the Jags last year? Or was that somebody else? Who had Marshawn Lattimore last year? Maybe it was Atlanta. I don't remember. But now he's on the Jags. That'll bring us to the Chargers. Lattimore was on the Tigers. That's right. So he was in that division. Now I remember. He was, I think, a 2nd or 3rd round pick. Who is going to the Chargers? Darn, that's a good pick. Not that I thought he was going to fall, but how did this player go in the 3rd round is beyond me. Derwin James. This is like the scenario where picking players on the team in real life is actually smart, like Justin Herbert and now Derwin James, along with Pat Surtain. The Chargers are killing it. I'm not going to lie. They're doing great. A.J. Terrell never played on the Jags. He was picked by Atlanta like 3 years ago. J.C. Horn is still there, but he's only like an 80, which is stupid. But, yeah, he is still there. That'll bring us to the Colts. Take notes, Little John. Yeah, Candy is balling. Ooh, interesting pick here for the Colts. They're picking a running back, and it is Kenneth Walker. Only 21 years old. I think it's a fine pick. Yeah, J.C. Horn shouldn't even have star. He should probably be at superstar at this point. Ooh, good pick here for the Eagles. They're going with a wide. Oh, I should just scroll by rating because he is very good at football. My guy, where is he? Oh, he's only like an 82, isn't he? That's stupid. 83. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Good pick. Very good pick. I don't think I was going to target him here, but he is a very, very good football player. Maybe if the board fell how I wouldn't have wanted it to, he would have been my pick. Because he's only 22 years old with superstar. All right, that brings us to the Titans. I know Vachan said something in the server like 2 minutes ago. Oh, he is here. Okay, perfect. K9 shares a birthday with me. He should have been mine. There aren't many good options for my day. I could have had Riley Cooper. But Riley Cooper has not been in the game 6 years. And Riley Cooper is also, like, not a very good person. I don't know, two somewhat obscure. How are A.J. Terrell and Andrew Thomas obscure? A.J. Terrell, I think, was an All-Pro last year, and Andrew Thomas is probably going to be an All-Pro this year. Like, obscure is like, I don't know. Let me think of a good example. Who's the most random NFL player in the league right now? Marcus May. How about that? I would get that if you didn't know who that is. But Andrew Thomas and A.J. Terrell are two of the best young players of their positions in the league, and it's not like they weren't like relevant when they got drafted, because they were both high picks. But it could be you could have picked DJ Reed, so it could have been worse. Share a birthday with Aaron Donald. That's a good person to share a birthday with. DJ Reed is a very why is everybody saying DJ Reed? Because the funny thing is, you guys are right. That's a good answer. DJ Reed was like super random because he was a late pick. Like Marcus May was kind of like he was an early second round pick. So DJ Reed's a better example. OctiWin. I didn't go off. I'm just saying that A.J. Terrell and Andrew Thomas are pretty relevant players. And they've been relevant before they entered the league. Devontae Smith, that's a good pick. I think he's like an 85. He's nice. Me and Jeff Teague got the same birthday. That's a random player to choose. But, I mean, Jeff Teague, former All-Star. That'll bring us to the Browns. Garrett Wilson. That's a very good pick. He would have been a player I strong... Did I pass him? Yes, I did. There he is. He's a player I would strongly consider with my next pick. He's in a Cleveland jersey, like where he was supposed to be all along. That's one of the most passion. Did I seriously have passion when I said that? Not as much passion as when I drafted this guy, Joe Mixon. Luda Baker. That's a nice pick. He's like, what is he, 91? Yeah, that's a good pick. He was pretty high on my board. And he's sneaky young. He's been in the league a while, but he's only 26. That'll send us to the Broncos and Garrett. Chase Young looking like a clown pick. In what way? He's an 86. Jesse Bates. I read that as Jesse James for a second and was really confused. Jesse Bates makes a lot more sense than Jesse James. Is Jesse James still on a team? Who put a Munoz St. Brown? That's his nickname. Not like his real nickname, but like what the TikTok kids call him. That'll bring us to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders. DJ Moore. He was pretty darn good in the last year of OFL 22, winning the offensive... Oh, no, he got second. Who beat him again? Can somebody remind me who finished higher than DJ Moore for Offensive Player of the Year last year? Can somebody remind me? I forget, but I think I know. Let me put my tongue on it. Oh, yeah, it was that guy. That's right. Okay, now we have two Sims. I just had to flex that Joe Mixon's on my team. All right, the Rams. They get Jonathan Allen, and then Eastmu told me that he wanted the highest available receiver. Right? Is that what he said? Yes, he told me that 11 minutes ago, and that is Amari Cooper. I have one thing to tell you. What is that? What gen? This is on PS5. We're getting pretty close to the Bengals. We're now on the little scrolly thing. Chris Olave. That's a nice pick. What is he? I think he's an 84? Yeah, I passed him. I was born on the same day as Lamar Odom. Okay, that's an interesting one. Chris Olave could have been a Commander in real life, but they moved down. And, I mean, I guess it didn't not work out. Jahan Dotson's pretty good, too. All right, that'll bring us to the Kansas City Chiefs. Bubba's been DMing me his picks, so it looks like he's DMing me now. Best free safety, I think that's Minka. Minka and Kevin Byard and Justin Simmons have the same rating. I assume you'll want Minka because I think he's the youngest of the group. So I'm going to click him. Yeah, Minka's the highest rated one there. And he's the youngest. No, pick Byard. Kevin Byard's good, though. All right, that'll bring us to the Ravens. Or not the Bills. See, I'm not used to these new teams. Ooh, that's a nice pick. I would have thought about him. One of the most disrespected players in our league right now, Trayvon Diggs. Brandon Ayuk, I believe, has star. I don't see why he wouldn't. That'll bring us to the Niners. And then the Falcons is assumed. Show me the edges. I think I'm going to get the guy I want. Unless Danny picks him here. Or the Falcons. They got burnt by A.J. Brown. Yeah, but Trayvon Diggs is also, like, better than... Oh, Cobra's here? Oh, perfect. No, I did not sim you. You guys are up next. So far, you guys have picked Kyler Murray and Stephon Diggs. Oh, you guys had Kyler Murray last year. I just realized that. So you have Kyler Murray again. Bradley Chubb's a... What? No, he's not. He's not a set. He's an 80. That is also really disrespectful. How is he an 80? That's stupid. You were eating at your grandma's. What did you miss? You guys have picked Justin Fields and Sauce Gardner. Right in front of the Jets, which is hilarious. And you guys are up pretty soon. Shaq Leonard. Good pick. Jordan Davis does have superstar, yes. I would think he would still have it. That'll bring us to Cobra here at 21. And then the Bengals are up next. You guys are really going to let me get my guy, aren't you? Go to corner. Is Cobra actually going to invest in the cornerback position? There's A.J. Terrell. If you pick him, you will not be pick sniping me. Just so you're perfectly aware. I won't be too sad. Trent Williams, yes, that is Trent Williams. Do you want Trent Williams? Do you want somebody else? Pick Lane Johnson. Oh, yeah, Jamal Adams is still on the board. I didn't even realize that. You're right. That would be a good pick. Howard Sauce of the top 2 running backs, not superstar. Sauce definitely should be. Walker and Brees. I mean, Brees didn't play long enough to really, I feel like, make it justified to change it. And then K9, I don't think he's quite like deserving of a superstar yet, although he is very good. A.J. Terrell, is that who you want? I'm just warning you, you're not pick sniping me. All the players I would still consider here would be here. You got to pay Trent Williams after a year. That's true. Okay, A.J. Terrell. I think I know exactly who I want. I'm just going to quickly run down my my draft board real quick just to make sure I'm not like missing anybody obvious. Okay, yeah, I know who I want. I don't know. I'm a little bit surprised he fell here, but I'm not gonna risk it anymore. Seeing some of these rookie receivers fall off the board, I'm getting my guy. I'm getting JMO. Jameson Williams remains on a Tiger team, just like last year. He was on the Tigers, now he's on the Bengals. I am very relieved he fell here. Thank the Lord. Seeing Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson getting picked gave me mini heart attacks, but he was the guy I wanted all along. And since JMO's only a 78, I don't think he's going to be as expensive for me to pay. So it really works out. And Joe Mixon, because Joe Mixon plays running back. So everything that could have happened well for us has. What do you want for him? He is untouchable. I'm not trading my boy. He's only starred Ed, though, so it's not like he's like that good of the pick, considering rating and whatnot. But 98 speed. If he's half of what he was in OFL 21, then I'm going to be pleased. Who's up now? The Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? I got pick sniped by Leonard. Rip. I did choose Trent Williams. When did you choose Trent Williams? I mean, A.J. Terrell's better for long term, so I would say it worked out. I said he was untouchable. Sauce and Justin. Ooh, is that like a real offer? Does Leonard even... Yeah, Leonard's on your team. He was on the Niners. Jordan Davis. Interesting, in the 3rd round. I mean, he does have superstar, and he's a rookie. Where is he? I wish I could sort by weight. That'd be convenient. Because he's a big boy. 336 pounds. He is a large human being. So the players in the 3rd round, which is this round, you have to pay them after the sim year. So picking someone like Jameson Williams or Jordan Davis might be convenient because they're probably a little bit cheaper. How did you know? Because all the players picked in the 3rd round have the same contract. 1 year. It's not their real-life contracts. How many offensive... I don't think anyone other than Andrew Thomas. As that'll bring us to the Packers. The games has been on and off, so... I'll just go by his board, because I don't think he's here currently. So the highest player on his list is... Where is it? He's only normal dev, but he is really, really good in Madden Sim. Trey Hendrickson is nasty in this game. So, even though he's only normal, that's a really good pick. That'll bring us to the Giants. He DM'd me a few players he wanted. I think. Or maybe not. Maybe that was somebody else. They are going with... I don't know how this player fell to the late third. Okay. Tristan Wirfs. That'll send us to the Dolphins. T.J. Hawkinson. I have one question. What are those? Is that your question? All right, which Jets players are going to be now? I might as well just scroll over to running back. Sort by age. Are we doing that? Oh, you could pick Zonovan Knight. He's the best healthy Jets running back. Because they refuse to play James Robinson. And Zonovan Knight is also kind of nasty, I won't lie. Trey Hendrickson is about to sack some imperialist neo-fascist quarterbacks. Yup, that's who I think we all expected. Who could have seen that one coming, am I right? At least it's not like a horrible pick. I'm going to pick Snipey. I don't even know who I want. I need to figure that out. Who am I targeting? Let me figure that out. Okay. I have a few guys I want. That'll bring us to the Lions. Shiesty, I think, is here. Or he was here a moment ago. Coming to NY. Who's coming to NY? You're the Lions. The Lions don't play in New York. George Pickens. Does he have normal? I'm pretty sure he has normal, which is stupid. Oh, he has star. Okay, they changed it. Thank the Lord. Evan Neal is superstar. Unless they changed it, which I don't think they did. I don't think they have rookies go down in Dev. Where's Dev? Yeah, back then I know has superstar. And probably Lane Johnson, too. Evan Neal. That's a good pick. How high is Dev for the offensive line? It's like in the middle. The round 4 contracts are for 4 years. So you'll have these players for a while. That'll bring us to the Vikings. Kayvon Tibb. Who's Kayvon Tibb? I assume you mean Kayvon Thibodeau? I would presume. Tariq Woolen, I think, is like probably mid-80s, I want to say. I assume you mean Kayvon Thibodeau, so I'm just going to click the button and choose him. Yes, okay, good. That'll send us to the Panthers. This is a sim. Aaron Rodgers. Alrighty. Does that mean Tom Brady's going to go soon? The Cardinals. No, this is not a sim. What am I doing? Woolen's a set? No, he's not. Is he? Is he actually that low? Huh. He is. He does have 98 speed, though, at 6'4". He's going to be so good once he gets more experience at corner. Because he's only been playing that position for like 3 years. And he's already really good. How old is Sewell? He is 21 in the game. I think he's 22 now, but his birthday's in like October, I think. So I think he's 21 here. Jamal Adams, good pick. And then the Ravens is a sim. Trey Hendrickson only has normal, but he's really good in that in sim. So it's in normal and star. There's not a big difference for a 27-year-old, so I wouldn't really worry about it. So I think that was honestly a good pick. The Ravens, they get Deshaun Watson. Yes, I get to sack the women respecter twice a year. I chase young kids versus Deshaun Watson is about to be a movie. Oh my goodness. And Huskers probably just going to let him walk, I would think. So, because he's only on a one-year deal. So Deshaun Watson might be a free agent. Deshaun Watson available in free agency. I've got money to spend. The fourth-round players are all on one-year or not on one-year deals. They're all on 4-year deals. So these players will be under contract for the first 3 full seasons. So you're going to have these guys for a while. So pick accordingly, unless you trade them, obviously, or cut them. But that'd be stupid. We'll start with the Ravens, and they get Khalil Mack. Feels a little late for him, even though he's old. Who's Trey Hendrickson? Here we go again. Corner. Here are your corners. Who's up here? The Cardinals, that's right. J.C. Jackson, but don't pick him. Okay. I think he's still a superstar. Where's J.C.? There he is. Carlton Davis has not been picked. The Saints originally drafted Trey Hendrickson, yes. The women respecter throwing to Tyreek Hill. Oh my goodness. If only they had Joe Mixon. Is this who you want, Giddy, or do you want someone else? Pick him. Okay. J.C. Jackson it is. The Ravens need Jeffrey Simmons. That would complete, like, the trifecta. The Ravens are now the OFL 22 Vikings. I honestly kind of find football boring. Well, that's a concern. The Panthers get Levante David. Man, Husker is really upset. They picked Deshaun Watson over his boy Levante David. Poor Husker. Nick Bolton, I think, is like 22. He's very young. Is he 22? Maybe he's a little older. But he was just drafted last year. Nick Bolton is 22. Yeah, he was put in March, so he'd be 22 in the game. When do I pick? You're up in like 6 or 7 picks. Nick Bolton, I assume, is the pick? Okay. He's an 85. Wow. Not that he doesn't deserve it. He definitely does. Although he wears like 32 or whatever. Yeah. How many for you? You guys are like 20. Yeah, so I think what? Like 25, 26 in this round? So you're like 20 away. Nick Bolton is not a fullback. Any of those wide receivers you like? If I were you, I'd leave it. Danny hasn't had that bad of a draft. Saquon, White, Shaq Leonard, that's pretty good. Vikings mid. You're lucky this isn't last year. Actually, putting me, Ismu, and Hector is not safe for Mr. Rob. Amon-Ra is not there. He was picked by the Eagles. Is swelly even a word? Swell's a word. Swell is very high in my vocabulary, but swelly I don't think is a word. Every rookie wide receiver is here except for Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, and Chris Olave. So that does include George Pickens. He is here. Drake London is here. Treylon Burks is here. Jahan Dotson is here. And all the non-first rounders are here too. Which I guess includes George Pickens. Pickens, I guess. Good pick. So now I get to see George Pickens in a Lions jersey. This is like my dream. Even though it's not his face cam, but that's still George Pickens in a Lions jersey. I got to see Justin Fields, George Pickens, and what's-his-face? Sauce Gardner in Lions jerseys today. My life is complete. I am satisfied. Quentin Nelson! Hallelujah! It's not a Jets player. And a pretty good non-Jets player at that. It's about damn time. Alrighty, the Dolphins. Jermaine Edmonds, good pick. That'll bring us to the New York Football Giants. And they are going with an offensive lineman. How old is this player? Like 27? I think. It's Ronnie Stanley. 28. Okay, that's still fine for an offensive lineman. That'll bring us to the Green Bay Packers. I think I know who he wants. So let me just double check. Yes, okay, he wants a safety by the name of Marcus Williams. That'll bring us to Cowboys. I have like 4 guys I want here. I don't know who I'm picking. I'm going to try not to take a while, but I have like 4 players I'm interested in. So I've got all my bases covered right now. This is tough. What do I do? Check running back and wide receiver by age. I'm not down. I know, but I'm up next, so that's why. Sewell, I think, is an 85. Slater's probably a little bit higher. And then Icky, I think, is like a 77, 78. Why is no one taking Trent? Because he's old. And he's like 33. Penei Sewell. Yeah, he was one of the 3 or 4 guys I was looking at here. Probably would have been my pick, to be honest. So I guess it's kind of a pick snipe, but at the same time, it's fine. Okay, I'm going to need to take a minute. I won't be too long, because I think I know what I'm going to do. This is tough. Just want to do a little checky. Slater's an 85. Okay. This is tough. I'm trying not to take too long. But there are a lot of good options, and I don't get to pick soon. After us, we got the Falcons, Niners, Bills, Chiefs, and Commanders due up. You guys made it too hard for me. I wish there was only one guy I wanted, so I don't have to think about this. Um... I'll put the Jeopardy music on for me. I think that's fair. I only listed my board by positions, not by, like, overall, so that's why it's hard. Okay, I want to check one quick thing real quick, and then I think I'll know. He's this far down? Jeez. I might have passed him. You know what? I know what I'm going to do. We've seen how good Mike Evans is in watch games. I'm not picking Mike Evans, but I'm picking somebody else who's big. I'm picking T. Higgins. I've now picked two players who are already on the Bengals. Let's get to the 5th round. We still have like 20 picks to go. So... You almost picked Higgins. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have picked two receivers this early, but big guys do really well in watch games, so I think it'll be worth it. Go to Icky, but don't pick him. Icky is a 79. Heard the Giants were going offensive lineman, and my heart sank. I mean, Tristan Wirfs is pretty good, though. What is he, 23? Picking two wide receivers that are really good is always a good strategy to develop a quarterback. I think having speed and size are really good in watch games, and obviously, you know, Jameson Williams has speed, and T. Higgins has size, so I think they'll be a good compliment. Pick Tariq Woolen. Is he 21, or is he a little older? He might be 22. I should just go by speed. He'll be the top one. $23. I mean, that's still a really good pick. He's 6'4" with 98 speed. So, not bad. The Niners. That would be Danny. Nope, that's the wrong one. Here are your offensive linemen. Still got a lot of good ones. Draft like who? Icky Aquano. That's a good pick. He was one of the few guys I was kind of thinking about. OFL Viking legend, by the way. He was on my team last year. I feel like he was kind of mid. But yeah, it's a good pick. He is a superstar, I believe. Is Hutch here? Yes, he is. Aiden Hutchinson is still on the board. That'll bring us to the Buffalo Bills. And Aiden Hutchinson is not on the board anymore because he's going to Buffalo. Is he a left end? I think he started the game as a linebacker. Which I guess is kind of how it happened in real life. He started with his hand out of the dirt. Now he plays in the dirt. He was a player I would have thought about probably in the 5th or 6th round. But I already got JMO. I don't need both of our first-round rookies. Although Hutch is obviously a really good pick here. That'll bring us to the Kansas City Chiefs. Bubba's DM'd me who he wants to go with, and he is picking... I hope this is a pick snipe because the Commanders are up next. It's Jahan Dotson. So that'll bring us to the Commanders. Jamel Dean. That's a nice pick. I should probably sort by speed. Yeah. He's fast. Anthony Schwartz still on the board. Kind of sad. I have a feeling he'll be on the board for a while. Probably because he's cheeks. He's fast, but he's cheeks. Who's up? The Bucks. Okay, Eastmoose told me what he wanted to do. Let me find it. Where is he? There he is. He wants the highest rated edge. And that is Lawrence Von Miller. Von Miller it is. Alrighty. Another pick that would have been better than DJ Reed. Absolutely. The Rams is a sim. And they picked Demario Davis. A little old, but good player. Gabe Davis. That's a nice pick. Gabe Davis is, how big is he? 6'2"? He's pretty big. And he's pretty fast. And he's pretty good. Yeah, 6'2", 220. 23 years old. The Broncos. That would be Mr. Garrett. Najee Harris. How did he... If Joe Mixon was gone, I would have considered him in the second round. That's a great pick. He developed... I think he only starred... Oh, he's a superstar. Okay. Yeah, I would have picked him by now if Joe Mixon was gone earlier. So this is a phenomenal pick. He develops very well in this game. Even though he's been bad in real life. The contracts for 5th rounders are 3 years. And then for 6th rounders, it's 1 year. The Pittsburgh Steelers are up next. Look at ETN, but don't pick yet. The looking at players, but don't pick them yet is new. I see everybody's doing that. Injuries are not off. Pre-existing injuries are off. So, for example, somebody like Jameson Williams is healthy, but injuries are not off. We have injuries in this league. Got to get depth. ETN, I believe, has star. Right? Yes. What's a pick snipe? When you pick somebody right before somebody's about to pick that player. For example, Little Jaw, the Jets, was going to pick Sauce Gardner, but you picked him right in front of them. And it's funny. Wide receiver by age. Saquon, Trey White, and Shaq, 4 injury-prone players. Injury proneness doesn't really matter in this game, though. Maybe a little bit, but not really that much. Would Trey White even be considered injury-prone? He just had the one knee injury or whatever. Drake London, that's a solid pick. He's big, 6'4". So Drake London will be catching passes from Joe Burrow in the Steel City. Rashawn Slater, that's a nice pick. Does he have superstar? He probably should. I guess if Penei Sewell does, which Sewell also should, then Slater probably does as well. Oh, he doesn't. I mean, it's still a good pick. Depth doesn't really matter that much for offensive linemen. I mean, I would choose Sewell over Slater, but even so, I'm a little surprised by that. The Titans. That would be Mr. Batcham. Is he here? Imagine having a quarterback. Facts. Imagine. You wanted Slater. Well, I don't think Rashawn Slater was ever going to fall to the late 5th round. I'm about to be up, and I have no idea who you want. Welcome to my world. That's what I had to deal with like 4 really good players right in front of me. There's a part of me that regrets picking T. Higgins because I have Jameson Williams, but now I'm starting to feel good about my pick. Because T. Higgins is going to be a baller. Who needs a quarterback? Yeah, really. Who even needs one? Just put in the Bucs playbook. P.J. Walker threw for 50 touchdowns in the Bucs playbook in my experiment that I did, so anybody can. Go to defensive line. Who the Titans pick? Derrick Henry, Chris Jones, and Devontae Smith. That's right. I forgot if they picked him in the last round. Maybe middle linebacker. Maybe. I made that decision slightly easier by picking Penei. That is true. That is definitely true. Although I think in hindsight, I'm happy I picked T over Panay. Although Panay would have been awesome here in the 4th round. I'm surprised he fell this far. And he's my guy, so. Any rookie defensive lineman? Well, yeah, there's going to be some. I don't know how good they are. I mean, you've got George Karlaftis. If you're counting, like, DeMarvin Leal, not that he's, like, worthy of being picked here. Jermaine Johnson. Josh Pascal. Perion Winfrey. Tommy Togiai. Travis Jones. Trayvon Walker is also here as well, even though he's not technically a defensive lineman. Panay looks pretty good in a Cowboys jersey. I don't think so. Kwity Paye, is that your pick? Or do you want me to scroll to him? The one guy who was the first pick. Yeah, that's Trayvon Walker. I'm going to just click him here. I assume that's who you want. Yes. Okay. So Kwity Paye is a Titan, and that sends us to the Birds. Should I just put the Jeopardy music on right away? Because Nickinator has no clue who he wants. Kwity Paye in that Titans uniform does look kind of weird, I won't lie. Although, he was a player they could have picked in real life. Wide receivers, that's like 6 positions. Good lord, okay, I mean, I'll do it. I'm surprised Michael Pittman's still here. I guess I'll start at linebacker. Aziz Al-Shahir is a 77. Damn. People, please make your boards. I agree. More common, Hector W. This is an edge, but I'm already here. And then corner. Yeah, after the first day of the draft, there's going to be an updated video, so you'll be able to get a look at who's still on the board. Kenny Clark. That's not his pick. He would be at defensive tackle. There he is, 86. All right, that'll bring us to the Colts. Jose has already DM'd me his pick. That was fast. They are picking Trayvon Walker. Does he have 88 speed? Holy cow. Yeah, 92 Excel. Wow, that's fast. He's fast. In case you guys didn't know, he can run. That'll bring us to the Chargers. I see everybody wanted Trayvon Walker, apparently. Although he would have been a good pick. So, I see why. Trayvon Walker seems to be a little bit better than the other rookie edge rushers in Sim. So, although Hutch usually develops well nicely, too. Interesting pick for the Chargers. I think he is pretty highly rated, and he is young. He's a 90. Wow, deservedly so. He's a good player. Chris Lindstrom. Now we've got the Jags. Ooh, he has a board. That's right. It was a small board, but so far everybody who is... Ooh, got a rookie. Tyler Linderbaum. Now we've got the Texans. Yeah, a few safeties have gone off the board, but there are still some good ones. Who does C. Mill want? Looks like he's typing. It's going to be weird becoming a TJ Watt stan after preying on his team's downfall. Okay, C-Nil's just confirming if a player is on the board. And he is going with linebacker. Where is he? Can't be that low. 81. Devin White. He was drafted by the Texans last year, and obviously the Texans moved, but besides the point. He's only ever been drafted by me or the Texans. That'll bring us to the Bears. I think I know who he wants. He DM'd me at the beginning of the round, and that player is still here. And that is Logan Wilson. Going to the Bears. Now we've got the Patriots. Dan DM'd me what positions he wanted. Best defensive tackle. Is that Jonathan Allen? Is Jonathan Allen? No, he's not. Who picked Jonathan Allen? I don't remember him getting picked. Was he a sim pick? Okay. Well, it's Vita Vea. Now we've got the Seahawks. So that would be Todd. And then Hector gets his back-to-back picks to round out the 4th round. Allen was a sim pick. That would explain a lot. Is Todd online? Oh, he's typing. Okay, cool. How old is DeMarcus Lawrence? Probably 30-ish in the ballpark? 30, yes. The Seahawks are picking Daniil Hunter. That's a nice pick. I think he's a left outside linebacker in the game. Yeah. All right, Saints now with back-to-back picks. Played for Wyoming, even though Wyoming doesn't exist. But yes, that is technically where Logan Wilson played. I'm doing this for contract reasons, so I am picking Greg Dortch. Honestly, 3 rounds later than I expected. I'm proud of you, Hector. Greg Dortch. If only we did it a week later, he'd probably be a couple ratings higher. And then the Saints are back on the clock. You couldn't let him go. I feel like it would have been smarter to pick Dortch in the 6th round where it's a 1-year deal because he'd be cheaper. Because he's low rated. You could have signed him to a 7-year cheap deal. To Vita, I'm not going to say all that. Vita there. Yeah, that guy. Good old Greg. Well, you're back on the clock. Do I want to... Has Charles Cross been taken? He is not. I'll scroll to this fella. But if you want Charles Cross, that'd probably be a better pick. Does Charles Cross have... No, he doesn't. He is star. I think he is star. But he's close to an 80, probably. Charles Cross. That's a good pick. Did I pass him? No, he's not this high. 76. That feels a little low. That'll bring us back to Seattle. Keep in mind the players in the 5th round are on 3-year deals. So you will have them for the first 2 actual seasons of OFL, and then you'll have to pay them. Jelani Salami, I couldn't tell you. Probably mid-70s. I mean, he hasn't been horrible in New England, which makes sense because our previous regime only drafted players for the Patriots. Mike Williams. That's a nice pick. How old is he? 26? 27? 27. So Mike Williams and Tyler Lockett. That's a good combination. 2 very different players. It's kind of like Jameson Williams and T. Higgins with my team. All right, that'll bring us to New England. Yeah, Mike Williams has been in the league for a minute. Who am I looking for? I'm looking for the Patriots. Best linebacker. That's not very specific, so I guess all linebackers. Is it Matthew Judon? I imagine he would like Matthew Judon. Yes, Matthew Judon to the Patriots. Matthew Judon in a Pats uniform. I never thought I'd see that. That'll bring us to the Bears. No one compares to your receivers. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I think you guys are on tier 1. And then we're second. I'll take second place. Still some good receivers on the board here. Mike Evans, watch game glitch, although he is a little older. He's what, 29? He's not 30 yet, is he? He's been in the league a while, though. He's probably 28 or 29, because Aaron Donald's 30 now. And Donald was 23 when he was a rookie. So Mike Evans is 28 or 29. Yeah, he's 29. Although he was born in late August, so I don't know if that makes a cutoff. Bacher drafted Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle. Former Browns teammates. I'm just realizing that. They're teammates again. Which is kind of scary. Not that the Browns ever made it past the divisional round with the two of them together, but that is besides the point. Michael Pittman, that's a great pick. Take care of him. He was very good for my team last year as my tight end. Should I move T. Higgins to tight end? No, I'm not going to do that. Although he'd probably be good there. If Michael Pittman was good there, then T. Higgins would be too. Imagine not having your wide receiver duo. All right, C-Mill already DM'd me who he wanted. This player is a very good pick. Even though he's on a team I despise, he is an absolute baller. Where is he? I think he's 23. Yeah, Christian Watson. This guy is a stud in real life. Even though he plays for the Packers, he's a beast. The actual best wide receiving core is CeeDee Lamb and Penei Sewell. You might be on to something. All right, Jacksonville. Let me find his draft board here. His next player is there. Again, I don't know why this guy is rated as low as he is, but it is Bradley Chubb. Right after Bradley Chubb on his board is Jalen Waddle. So the thing I'm confused about is why is Bradley Chubb higher than Jalen Waddle? I guess it worked out because he got his guy, but that is kind of weird. That'll bring us to the Chargers. Who did the Chargers pick last round? Chris Lindstrom, that's right. Kenneth Walker, he was picked. Yeah, Kenneth Walker's been picked. He's been gone for like 2 whole rounds. There are still some good running backs here. Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Eckler, Zeke, Kamara, Dameon Pierce, DeAndre Swift, although he's awful in Madden Sim. Not that he's like great in real life or anything. I think he had Chubb over Waddle because Waddle was his highest receiver, but his board is kind of small. I don't know why Bradley Chubb was higher than him, though. Totally not planning on drafting Miles Sanders and having a Penn State running back duo. Not that Madden really likes running back duos. Ramondre's rating is disrespectful. What is he? He's a beast. He is. As a Ramondre Stevenson fantasy owner in a lot of leagues, I love this guy because he's been very kind to me this year. Yes, he needs to be higher. Why is Dameon Pierce higher than him? Not Dameon Pierce, Damian Harris. Although he should probably be higher than Dameon Pierce too, but that's besides the point. He should not be an 80 is right. So, no, we have at least one more round today. Unless people want to go 7. Although, we've been planning for 6. So, do we want to do 7 rounds or do we want to stick with 6? I feel like we should figure this out now. Ramondre is like 23? Probably? 24. Yeah, why does he only have normal? That is disrespectful. All right, let's have a vote. It seems like a lot of people want 7, which I guess isn't really a surprise. I don't want to do too many rounds more than planned because I know a lot of people only planned for 6 rounds today, but I don't think 1 extra round would hurt, would it? Seems like everyone wants 7. That's fine. Why would Hector not want 7? Hector has the first pick in the 7th round, so it doesn't really affect him. If he's not here for his 6th pick, then he wouldn't be here for his 7th pick. But if he's here for 6, then he'll be here for 7. 6.5. That's a great idea. Okay, so the Chargers are figuring out some players who are on the board. And they're going to pick watched game glitch Mike Evans. So whenever we watch the Chargers, Mike Evans is going to get a big old 200 yards, especially if Justin Herbert throwing him the ball. Gee whiz. You know what's better than 6.5? 6 3/4. We should stop after our pick. So then it'll be 6 3/4. Oh no, we pick early in the 6th round. Or no, we don't. No, we're in the 7th round. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, we should stop after our pick, just because. All right, the Colts are up. That would be Jose. Ooh, they're picking a quarterback. Kirk Cousins to the Colts. Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson are reunited. Mike Evans does look kind of nice in a Chargers jersey. Mike Evans for Mike Williams. Who says no? Probably the Chargers, now that I think about it. But whatever. Bro just said gee whiz. I know I'm white. Get over it. Gee whiz. The Eagles are up. Joey Bosa was picked like in the 2nd round. So no, he is not on the board. If he was, then that would be... oh God, we have to play the music. Okay. Pretty much everybody who I wanted in the last round is still here. This is kind of working out well. So now I'm really not regretting picking T. Higgins, because obviously he'd be gone by now, I would hope. I mean, Michael Pittman's gone, and he's like 90% of T. Higgins then. Wide receiver and corner by age. Here's wide receiver. White people, that's like extra white. Some good players. Jolly G, let's get a thingamajig. Yeah, that's pretty white. Joey Bosa was still on the board, then he'd probably be playing on the Cowboys. Here's overall corner. Okay, there you go. Younger white people don't say it anymore. Does that mean I'm old? I'm not that old. Or maybe I am. 6th round players are 1 year. Yes. .28. I feel old. Wow. We tease Garrett for being old, and he's like younger. Bedtime at 4. 7th round contracts are 4 years. Why are 10th rounders 5 years? Okay. God damn it, I jinxed it. I said none of the guys I wanted have been picked, and sure enough, he picks probably the guy I would have picked. So let me just clear my throat real quick. The Eagles are selecting cornerback Chidobe Awuzie. I literally said, right as the Eagles were picking, none of the guys I wanted are gone, and now he's gone. So I jinxed it badly. Now, there's another guy I still really want, so it's probably fine unless he goes, which there's a good chance he does. So, yeah, this could be bad. Going into today, I was planning on picking Chidobe Awuzie in the 4th round, but he was 27, and I didn't think T. Higgins was going to be there, and I felt like I had to pick T. Higgins, which in hindsight, I think is still probably the right choice. Why do I love Awuzie? Because his name is fun to say. And at this point, it's kind of become a meme, so at this point, I just love Chidobe Awuzie. Give me a hint. He plays in the NFL. Yeah, I want Cameron... Be quiet. He is X Factor. He's at 93. Why wouldn't I want him? Look at say... Oh, you guys are up. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Kevin Byard. He's still there. Bring him back to the Titans. There's some good players here. Best hint, I know. You want an even more narrow hint? He hasn't been picked yet. Can't say that about Chidobe, though. Justin Simmons. I thought it would have been Byard. But is Justin Simmons the same age? He's 28. I'm pretty sure Byard's 28. Is there a wolf? No, that's the blender in the kitchen. Although it sounds like a wolf. Justin Reed should be higher than 880. I agree. The Cleveland Browns. Wait, you wanted Kevin, but why'd you say Justin Simmons? Kids, this is why Kevin Byard's 28 too. They're practically the same. So I don't think it's that big of a difference. Crosses off Patrick Mahomes from list. Best hit ever. He contains more than one atom in his body. Kids, for future reference, don't list a player. Like, if you're considering them, say go on it and don't pick them. But Justin Simmons is as good as Kevin Byard, so it's not a huge deal. Antoine Winfield. Darn, that's a good pick. How old is he? 23? 24? 23? 24. Yeah, it's a good pick. Wasn't he on the Browns for a little bit last year? So, welcome back to Cleveland, Antoine Winfield. Not the guy I was targeting, but he would have been a really good backup plan. That brings up the Steelers. Anyone have the good... Justin Simmons is good, damn it! Remember that nobody, Antonio, that played in Pittsburgh? There's a more talented Brown in the city. Hollywood. I mean, that's a nice pick. He's probably the best receiver here left for the long term, I would think. 25, he's fast. What's his speed rating? 97? Boom, 97. Justin Simmons is better, but that's one. Yeah, I would get wanting Kevin Byard if you're a Titans fan, but they're pretty much equal. So now you get to experience somebody else. Kevin Byard's cool, but Justin Simmons might be even cooler. Walter Payton Man of the Year. That'll bring us to the Broncos. Rondale Moore. He is also fast. He's also very tiny. Should I sort by age or speed? Probably age. He's an 80. Wow, nice. Only 29 pick. 29? I feel like it's more. I feel like it's like 50. Can you move the team so I can root for you? Rondale Moore is a poor man to Greg Thorpe. Sure he is. Okay, Troy has DM'd me the player who he wants next. And that is running back. Where is he? Oh, I passed him. The big fella, 5'10", 224 pounds, Dameon Pierce. Greg Dortch is a poor man, Scotty Miller. All right, that'll bring up the Rams. They got Tyron Smith. Eastmood DM me if he's up soon, like a minute ago. So I think he might actually pick a player. Dameon Pierce, the player I traded 3 first-rounders, including the first overall pick for my Dynasty League. Whoa, that's a lot. Although Dameon Pierce is really good. Suck it, losers. I know how to pronounce stuff. Congrats. All right, Eastman wants to check out center. Here are the centers. Jason Kelce. A little old, but still good. Wow, he's really old. 35. I thought he was a little younger than that. The Washington Commanders. Why did someone draft Kelce? I don't know. Ask Eastmoo, because he just picked Jason Kelce over some younger, probably better options. Creed Humphrey. L'Jarius Sneed. That's a nice pick. What is his rating? I don't know. Mid-80s? 83? 84? He's 25? I thought he was a little younger. Still a good pick. So he'll literally never play for Eastmoo. Probably, yeah. I don't bring us to the Chiefs. I'm surprised the guy I want is still here. Don't pick snipe me, please. Please. Ooh, actually, I'm just realizing someone better who's on the board, who I want even more. So now there's 2 guys I want. Isaiah Simmons. Okay, I think he's a strong safety now in the game. Isn't he? Yes, he is. That's a good pick. That'll bring us to the Buffalo Bills. Remember when Boomy took that? This is like the new Richie Incognito. Ooh, nice pick for the Bills. They're giving, what's-his-face, Trevor Lawrence another pass catcher. And Chris Godwin. So that brings us to the Niners at 20. Show me them O-linemen again. Oh, wow, it's almost my turn. That means it's also almost my turn. Creed is 23. I Googled it. Because I was thinking, why the hell is he going after Jason Kelce? But yeah, he's 23. We are in the 5th round, and we're probably going to get through 7 today. So 2 more after this, and I'll take Creed. That's a very good pick. Oh, he's 20. He's 24? First of all, sick mullet, by the way. Why does he look like a fat Quinn Ewers? Second of all, he's 23. So Madden's like completely wrong. It said he was born in June of 1999. Yeah. So I don't know why it says he's 24, but I guess I'll fix him. Creed probably should be superstar, I agree. That'll bring us to the Falcons. Is Cobra here? I know he was here earlier for his last 2 picks. He does look like a truck driver. A truck driver or Quinn Ewers if he ate McDonald's every day. That's 24. Yeah, he was born. It's Wikipedia says 23. June of 1999 would mean he's 23. Wikipedia said 23. We are not in 2023 yet. I know we're close, but we're not there yet. That's Wikipedia said he's 23. He turned 23 in June. He was born in 1999. That was 23 years ago. Okay, I don't know if Cobra's here. We'll wait another 10 seconds and then we'll sim. If the sim picks the guy I want, there's 2 guys I really want, but if the sim picks the guy who I really want here, I am going to not be pleased. Okay, I don't think he's here. So I'll just walk over to the sim button. Oh, thank God. Okay. Well, there's 2 guys I really want. There was one guy I was planning to pick, and then there's another guy who I forgot was on the board. And that player is the best player of his namesake in the NFL, Josh Allen. My FGFL guy is now my OFL guy, too. What running backs? There's still a lot of good ones. Kamara, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Zeke. Please what? Please don't pick the guy I want. Please don't pick the guy I want. I'm worried. I feel like my guy's going to go. Although I couldn't pass on Josh Allen. Josh Allen has more interceptions than Josh Allen, so Josh Allen is obviously better. I like that logic. When they played against each other head-to-head, my Josh Allen dominated. Just saying. Oh, was that the guy that you wanted? Did I just pick Snipe Nick? That's karma for last year when he stole Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Christian Barmore and somebody else who I totally forget. This is karma. I feel proud. The only reason why I picked him is because I didn't want to have to pay him. I would rather pay the other guy I really want, who Nick is probably going to take here now just because. I feel proud of myself. I pick snipe somebody. I feel good. Now you know how I feel when you pick Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah last year in the 4th round. Kamara does have superstar, yes. And by the way, JOK is still here. Just saying. I mean, that would be a good pick. Javonte Williams is back with Nick. Didn't entirely work out last year because Nick traded Javonte for IT. IT averaged 3.5 yards a carry while Javonte won an OFL Bowl. But second time's the charm, right? Creed looks like what I imagine that Chris dude that was put in the Knicks custom player tab yesterday looks like. Okay, the games. Did he tell me who he wanted? I think he did. Yes, he definitely did. I remember now. Number one player on his board is still there, and that is... Where is he? Is he a right guard? Yes, he is. Brandon Scherf. The Giants are up next. He DM'd me who he wanted. They are picking wide receiver. I should probably sort by age or speed. Probably speed. Kadarius Toney is back in the Giants. That's not correct English. I missed the 7. It seemed like more people wanted us to do 7. So if you want to make like a short list of players who you want in the 7th round, you can do that and DM it to me. I'll bring up the Dolphins. Miles Sanders, and I'll add Jacoby Brissett in round 7. That sounds like a threat. That sounds like, Hector, you better pick him. Although the Dolphins picked before New Orleans, so... No, it could happen. That'll bring us to the New York Jets. Will they pick a non-Jet? Is Jeremy Ruckert going to be the pick here? Should I just go over to tight end now? What other Jets player would be a good pick in this range? John Franklin Myers. That's who would be a good Jet in this range. That's right. That'll bring us to the Lions. Shiesty is here. What do you think of your offense? It's pretty darn good. Elijah Verit. Oh, wait, no, you're not Shiesty. But Elijah Veritucker will be a good pick if anybody wants him. Jeremy is the same name as me, and he lives close to home. So in other words, you're going to pick him in the 7th round. Is that one again? What is Jeremy Ruckert's rating? Probably high 60s? Who did you get? You guys got David Bakhtiari, offensive tackle. JOK is a lot. Why are you drafting all the players who I really liked coming out of college? First it was Justin Fields, then it was Sauce, then George Pickens, now Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I get to live my fantasy by seeing all of these players in Lions jerseys. This man was supposed to be in Detroit. Why did we have to draft friggin' Levi Onwuzurike over him? He looks really good in Lions colors. I cannot lie. Why couldn't we have picked him in the 2nd round? Why? Although I was happy with Onwuzurike, and he, well, his back is made of glass, but that's besides the point. Howard, Xavier Howard to the Vikings. JOK was supposed to be on every team because he fell for medical stuff that was proven not to even be true. Carolina's a sim. They get Wyatt Teller. That's a nice pick. And that'll bring us to the Cardinals. You were screaming. I had Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah as my 2nd graded defensive player in that draft. I had him higher than Micah Parsons. Not that I expected the Cowboys to move Micah to edge and then him turn into one of the best defensive players in the league, but that's besides the point. No, Jalen Hurts was the year prior. Who did you guys pick in the 2nd round in 21? You guys got Landon Dickerson, who honestly is better than Owusu-Koramoah. So, I guess that's a Howie Roseman masterclass. The Packer linebacker with hidden dev would be Quay Walker. I'm pretty sure he is star. You're back. Welcome back. Is Montez Sweat is available? I didn't even realize that. Now I kind of wish... I didn't even realize he was on the board. This completely makes up for Tony Pollard in the 1st round. Montez Sweat in round 1 would not have been a bad pick, to be brutally honest. Although I'm more than happy with Josh Allen, but How did he fall to the 5th round? I didn't even realize he was on the board. Not that I really need him because I already have my 2 edge rushers, but still. Jeez. He should have been picked in like the 2nd round. He's a machine in Madden Sim. Okay, the Ravens. They get Ryan Ramczyk. So that'll wrap up the 5th round. For the 6th round, these players are also, just like your 3rd rounders, on 1-year contracts. In other words, you got to pay them after the sim year or let them go. So, pick accordingly. Octi, not seen Montez. To be fair, Josh Allen's my guy, so thinking about it now, I probably would have still picked Josh Allen. But Montez Sweat's also very good in this game, so he's very better than Josh Allen. But I've had a lot of success with Josh Allen in Madden, so I'm excited to relive the glory days with Josh Allen. All right, the Ravens pick Cameron Hayward. Darn, that's who I was wanting, remember? What pick do you have? You're towards the back of this round. That'll bring us to the Cardinals. You should add... No, I want to keep it how it is, just because I think that, like... Because in the past, the contracts were based on, like, if you're a high pick, you get a 5-year deal. If you're in the middle, you get a 4-year deal. Less than that, you get a 3-year deal. I like how it's different, so I want to keep the contracts as they are. Javon Holland is on the board, yes. Well, Giddey is completely making up for his Tony Pollard debacle. But yes, Javon Holland is here, right? Yeah, he's here. OFL Viking legend, by the way. Take care of him, assuming that's who you're going to pick, which probably should. All right, that's a really good pick. I'm going to miss him after last year on my team, where we didn't go anywhere in the playoffs, but I'm still going to miss him. Go Ducks. Totally not going to pick an anti-Duck or anything here. No, definitely not. Okay, Carolina. They are a sim pick, and they get Teron Armstead. That'll bring us to the Vikings. We're like 6 picks away from me getting the guy I almost drafted 2 rounds ago. I swear if he gets picked. Who does Mr. Shiesty want? What did the Jets guy say when I pick sniped him? Probably no. In like all caps. And he wanted Justin Fields too. That's the best part. Corners and strong safeties by age. Here's corner. What are the contracts for this round is 1 year. You got to pay him right after the sim year. Just like your 3rd round picks. Kyle Hamilton. I didn't realize he was still here. Interesting. Justin Fields was picked in the 1st round. He is not available. Running back. Naruto's finally going to pick a running back. I'm surprised it was this late. And there are some good ones. Jones, Eckler, Zeke, Kamara, all still here. And some young guys down here. You could get my guy Jamal Williams. Kamara, I believe, has superstar. Okay, I didn't need to scroll that far. Are we picking Dearness Johnson here on day 1? What are we doing? I'm pretty sure Kamara's superstar, but I guess he could have X Factor. Let me see. The halfback from the Chargers, Austin Eckler. Or do you want Isaiah Spiller? I'm kidding. Unless you want Isaiah Spiller. But I assume you're referring to Austin Eckler. That'll bring us to the Lions. I think he listed a couple positions he wanted to see. Wide receiver, outside linebacker, and defensive end. So in other words, like the only 3 positions that I probably would not consider picking, which is good. So please pick one of these guys. Marcus Lawrence is still here. Cam Jordan probably still has X Factor, I think. I think we're thinking of the same guy. I hope we are, because that means I'm ahead of you. Who would you like? Yeah, the contracts are 1 year for this round. Left tackle. Boom. There you go. Trent Williams, 99 overall, still there. Deion Dawkins is like 20, probably 7. 28. Yeah, let's put on the Jeopardy music. That's a good idea. Trent it is. Trent Williams. Okay. So I think that's the last 99 overall player on the board. That'll bring us to the Jets. Go to quarterback. Oh, dear. For your own sake, don't do it. Tom Brady's still here, as is Geno Smith. What about Baker Mayfield? What about him? Seems like a good time to pick good old Baker. Okay, we shouldn't scroll this far. You should not be considering these guys. Might go Geno. Might go Geno. Not will go Geno. Might. I promise you, no one's considering Mike White. I promise you. Geno it is. Geno Smith on the Jets. This totally, has never happened before. He does look kind of weird in a Jets jersey. Which is awfully ironic. That'll bring up the Dolphins. If these 4 teams pick the guy I want, I'm going to be sad. Where does Russ go? Russ goes in, the second round of, sim fantasy drafts. But I guess since, most of us are here, then that's not a problem. Derek Brown. Good pick. Derek Brown's quietly been kind of nice this year. The Giants. He DM'd me, I think. They are going with tight end Darren Waller. Wasn't he on the Giants last year? I feel like he was. At least for the beginning. Or no, that was Jacksonville. He was on Jacksonville, then the Ravens, and I think just those two. So, no, he was never on the Giants. What am I thinking? Green Bay. Where are the Packers? Okay, I assume he's not going to want a duplicate position. So they will go with Kenny Moore. Who did the Vikings pick? They got, I think it was a running back, right? Austin Eckler. All right, I just picked Snipe Nick, so Nick, please don't pick Snipe me. This is the first round where I know exactly what I'm doing. Here's corners by age. Kobe Bean Bryant. I feel like he's got to go to the Eagles. Scherf is on your team. You got him in the last round. And then I assumed you didn't want Vera Tucker because he plays the same position. Who should be an Eagle? Kobe Bryant on the Seahawks. The other day 3 corner they picked was Tariq Woolen. Who's it going to be here? Don't pick the guy I want. Be a friend, not an enemy. Please. Newsome, I think, is 22, and Jalen Johnson's probably 23. Yeah, and I'll Google Jalen Johnson. That's probably quicker. Jalen Johnson was 21 when he got drafted, right? Yeah, he's 23, and he was born in April, so he's 23. My parents are giving me the eyes of death. Don't worry, I'm going to be quick with my pick, unless Nick picks a guy I want. Then I have no clue what to do. So, for your own sake, you better hope I don't get pick sniped. Greg Newsome. Thank God. Although that is a good pick. When you said corner by age, I had a mini heart attack. Because I am picking another young corner who I almost picked this guy over T. Higgins. And that is Trent McDuffie. It was him or T. Higgins in the 4th round, and I guess Chidobe Awuzie as well. And then I forgot Josh Allen existed, so I picked him. And McDuffie falls to the 6th round. Whoop-de-doo. That was close. All right, is Cobra still here? Cobra is here. Cool. Jeremy Ruckert going to come home. I technically had McDuffie higher on my board than Awuzie. If Awuzie was still here, it would have been hard for me not to pick him. But Trent McDuffie's 21, and he develops quite well in this game. Jalen Phillips, but don't pick him. Well, here's Jalen Phillips. Of course, Octi picks Night Me. Yeah, you guys are pretty close, I think. Right? Yeah, you guys are like 5 picks away. But I've had my eye on him literally since the 3rd or 4th round. I was this close to picking him over T. Higgins, and obviously I'm happy I didn't. Because now I have to settle for, like, I don't know, some worse big receiver. Greg Rousseau was picked in the 2nd round. So, since it's between those two, I would presume you're going to want Jalen Phillips. Owe is not gone. He's the left outside, I think. But he is still there. What is his rating? 75. Oh, wow. So I guess Josh Uche going once, going twice. No, that's Josh Uche. Nope, we want Jalen Phillips. When you said something about Trent, it made me pick him. Why did I do that? I was worried, like, I revealed a little bit too much when Javon Holland got picked, and I said, go Ducks. I'm totally not planning to pick an anti-Duck because Washington's our rivals. I almost said I was going to pick a Husky, but I didn't want to, like, say that. I didn't want to get pick sniped. Yeah, Owe, I think, was higher last year. You should really want Justin Houston. Oh, totally. He's not, like, a grandpa. Totally not. No, no. You were looking for Husky players. How many other good ones are here? Probably not a whole lot, because I play for the University of Washington. Defensive line, please. Any Washington guys here? No, because their program's poverty. And as I say that, I don't see any Ducks here either. So, I guess I can't really talk. Do I have another pick? You have one late in the 7th round. So you've got one more today. Jacob Eason. Be quiet. I want my big arm quarterback, damn it. Jacob Eason probably has a good throw power rating, so. I mean, if I want someone to chuck it down to Jameson Williams or T. Higgins, he might be one of my better bets. Minus the fact that every other part of this game is awful. How old is DJ Reader? Probably 27, 28? I'm going to guess 28. Boom. Nailed it. Can't wait to grab the bomb banger. He's honestly one of the better quarterbacks for this game left on the board, considering he's young and he has a dev. Jacob Eason can throw it downfield. It's going to be off by about 20 yards, but he can do it. Yet with T. Higgins' friggin' long arms, he's still going to reach over and catch it. Or if it's Jameson Williams, then he's just too fast to where Jacob Eason can't even overthrow him. Think smarter, not harder, kids. All right, I think I already know who the Ravens want to take here. So I just want to confirm here, but I think I know who they want. I think it's going to be a player who probably a lot of people were considering, I would think. That's not the Bills. You know what I meant. I'm still not used to this. Yep. All right. He confirmed it. Okay. Cornerback should be way higher than he is. J.C. Horn. Would have been a good backup plan if McDuffie was gone. All right, that'll bring us to the Chiefs. I'm pretty sure he wanted Trent McDuffie, so a little pat on the back for myself. His replacement is an interesting gentleman here. Where is he? Everyone's favorite MILF-banging quarterback. It's Mormon, Montana. Zach Wilson. He looks foul in a Chiefs jersey, I've got to say. Brandon Ayuk, that's a good pick. Ayuk is my dude. Where is he? He's probably right at the top, yes. That's a nice pick. He's an 84. He completely deserves it, but I didn't realize he was that high. Going from Mahomes to Wilson is something. Definitely an upgrade, right? Okay, Ismu is, I don't know if he's here. But the next thing and last thing he listed, bring him Steve Young. Didn't Steve Young go to BYU anyway, though? Or am I thinking of somebody else? He definitely played for BYU, right? Steve Young? Yeah, that's what I thought. He was the #1 pick? I didn't realize he was that high. Los Angeles Express legend, Steve Young. Okay, yeah, Ismu is in here, so we'll go with the highest rated corner for him, which is Stephon Gilmore. That brings us to the Rams. That's a sim. Chandler Jones. And that'll bring us to the Raiders. Oh, Troy sent me a list. Let me see. Ooh, we kind of got pick sniped. The next highest guy on his list is J.C. Horn. After that, however, that guy's still there. Hasn't he already picked 2 receivers? So he has... Oh, no, he's only picked 1. He has Gabe Davis. What's better than one big receiver having... Oh, he's only 6'1". But he's still very good. It's Calvin Ridley. The Rams coach is Luka. And he said specifically to auto-draft his picks. That'll bring us back to Denver. Garrett is back. Perfect timing. Because he is now on the clock. Calvin Ridley is a gamble. Calvin Ridley is in Las Vegas. I didn't even realize that. Oh, dear God. He's either going to be really good or he's going to spend too much time on his parlays. Ed Oliver is available, yes. Who is the tallest receiver? I don't think you can sort by height, which is kind of stupid. Maybe spec or catching traffic. I don't know. That's the best I can do. Yeah, it's obviously not Michael Thomas. I guess probably someone who's like 6'6". Tim Patrick is 6'4"? I did not know he was that tall. Yeah, Alan Lazard, 6'5". Marquez Valdes-Scantling's tall. Chase Claypool's tall. DJ Chark is 6'4". I didn't realize he was that tall. I thought he was like 6'2". All right, Ed Oliver. Someone draft Eli Apple. That sounds like a great idea. The Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't even realize DJ Chark was 6'4" and he's on my team. I thought he was 6'2". J-Mo is 6'2" and Chark is 6'4". So both those guys are tall as hell considering how fast they are. Derek Stingley. He was my backup plan if what's his face, Trent McDuffie was gone. Is he 21 or 22? I think he's 22. No, he's 21. Okay. Darn. That's not good because now he's in my division. But yeah, that's a really good pick. The Cleveland Browns. Oh, was that a pick snipe? Did we get another pick snipe? That was one pick away, too, by a division rival, no less. Oh, that's perfect. Sucks that Derek Stingley's in my division now, but I guess he would have been anyway if the Browns were going to pick him. Benign Stingley this whole round. I guess by everybody sorting with the corners through age. That's why I was worried about McDuffie, because everybody wanted young corners, clearly. Kyer Elam. That's a solid... He only has normal? I could have sworn he was hidden. Huh. Still a good pick. He's only 21. That'll be the Titans. Hines Ward entering the Browns again. Oh boy, here we go again. Did I not just mute the same account? Okay, there we go. Octi, a bot. I'm a bot, apparently, guys. What is Lawrence's age? I think he's 30. Yes. I need to think who I want for this 7th round. I've just been on a high because I got Trent McDuffie. Okay, I think I know who I'm targeting. T-Law was picked in the 1st round. That's DeMarcus Lawrence. You should take a screenshot of Jordan Davis in a Cowboys jersey so I can send it to Domino's later. Tunsil is 27, 28, 27, 28. Pick him. Okay, that's a nice pick. Larry Tunsil. I feel like I picked him a few years ago, didn't I? He might have been on my Diablos team, if I remember correctly. I was considering Sundal. Yeah, Tunsil's been here. That'll bring up the birds. The gas mask boy. That gas mask video literally gave the Dolphins Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Bradley Chubb. That video is the greatest thing to happen to the Dolphins in the last 50 years. Trey Hendrickson was a good pick. I know he only has normal dev, but he's a beast in Madden Zone. He was not the worst pick, considering Tony Pollard went in the 1st round and DJ Reed was picked before Jair Alexander, amongst other very good corners. The Jets picked DJ Reed in round 2 over Jair Alexander, Tre'Davious White, Marlon Humphrey, and all the really good young corners as well. DJ Reed would have been a solid pick, like right about now, in the middle of the 6th round. DJ Reed is 25, so on the bright side, he's young and he's pretty good, but he doesn't have the dev, and, well, he's not as good as Jair Alexander and all those other guys. He was, what, the 3rd corner off the board, after Jalen Ramsey and Sauce Gardner. Patrick Surtain was on the board as well. A.J. Terrell, even though he sold me a playoff game last year, that's besides the point. Could have had Patrick Surtain. He was my number 1 corner on my board, overall. Sauce was 2, behind Surtain. He probably would have been my 3rd round pick if he had fallen, which, why would he fall to the 3rd round? Let's be real. Christian Kirk. My guy. I have to become an Eagles fan now. They've picked Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chidobe Awuzie, and now Christian Kirk. My 3 guys. That's a good pick. Slot receivers are very good in this game, although the Eagles already have a slot receiver, so we'll see how it works. All right, Jose says take the youngest of the top 4 safeties. So we'll look at both safeties. All these guys are like decently old. It's probably Eddie Jackson or Byard. Byard's 29. Why do I root for Domino's hater? Because he has Amon-Ra, Chidobe, and Christian Kirk. Although he stole Chidobe from me, so maybe not. But the other two guys, yeah. No, what was it doing? Why is this game being mean? Honey Badger is 30. And Eddie Jackson is 28. So Eddie Jackson now is in the lead. Jordan Poyer is definitely older. 31. Harrison Smith, I didn't even have to check him. Amos might be 28. He's 29, so it's still Eddie. And then the last one is Jimmy Ward. I think he's 30. 31. Okay, so yeah, it's Eddie Jackson. Tyrann has been relevant for a while, mainly because he was good in college for a while. The Chargers are up next. Who is the highest overall for your next pick? I don't know. It depends on who's on the board. Kamara. There he is. Tony Pollard is one of the best picks. Yeah, if he was on the board. There are still like 4 or 5 running backs here at least who I would confidently pick over Tony Pollard. Probably more. Tony Pollard wasn't even on my board, right? Let me see. I wrote down 20 running backs. Tony Pollard was not one of them. So, I have guys like Isaiah Pacheco and Damian Harris here who are probably not going to go for a little while, but I did not write down Tony Pollard. Not that I'm considering either of those guys because I already have Joe Mixon. But, yeah. Oh, Kamara has Superstar. I don't think there's any X-Factor running back left, unless Zeke still has it, which would be stupid, because he has not been an X-Factor level player in 4 years. Yeah, no. These 3 have Superstar, I think, and then these guys have Star. Tyler Algier has Star. Interesting. Zeke only has Star. Yeah, all these guys, probably up to David Montgomery. So Montgomery and above has Star. Aaron Jones. Okay, that's a good pick. Where's Aaron Jones? There he is. That'll bring us to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see Pepper Jack's board. Okay, they're going back to the offensive line here. I think he's a left guard. Landon Dickerson. After that, we have the Texans. All right, C-Mills DM me kind of who he wants. Who has the higher man coverage between 2 certain players at strong safety, who I won't name. Okay, well, we have our answer here on this first screen, so. I assume, just so I can confirm it, yep, they are going with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. That is a very good pick. Probably would have considered him with my next selection, had he still fallen. That'll bring us to the Bears. Is the Bears here? Going once, going twice. Oh, he is here. Okay, good. Good. Perfect. And we have another pick snipe. Wait, who just went? I don't even remember. It was, it was Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Oh, I see why, because that'd be a really good pick. Another pick snipe. Wah, wah. Here are the other strong safeties. Still some good ones. Maybe not as good as Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But not bad options. Aaron Jones was picked by the Chargers. I don't know where you got the Bears with him from. He's on the Chargers. Still some good running backs on the board. I don't know if the Bears have picked one. They had Nick Chubb at 4. That's right. So, of course they did. They picked the first one. Cameron Curl, darn. OFL Vikings legend. He was a beast for us in the final season of OFL 22. So again, please take care of my boy. Because he was a baller for us last year. I think he means the... Oh. Well, no. The Bears have Nick Chubb. It was probably Chauncey Gardner-Johnson because they picked a safety anyway. Next up, we have the, the Patriots. I know Dan's been in and out. I want to make sure if he's here right now or not. Yes, he is. Can I see right end? And then just a reminder, after this round, we have one more round after this, and then we will be done for today. Here are the right ends. Yannick Ngakoue is only a 77. Wow. Sucks to be Yannick Ngakoue, I guess. Any of these guys you like in particular? I have one odd pick, and people say I had the worst draft. Breece Hall in the 3rd round is also questionable. Not that bad, but with Alvin Kamara still being on the board now, for example, Vikings legend. Oh, I forgot he was on the Vikings. That's right. It was for like a month. Grady Jarrett's 29. The youngest, that's like not specific. What qualifies you to be the youngest best right end? Like, I mean, Christian Wilkins is young. Is that who you want? I think. Quentin Williams probably would have been there in the second. I don't have a problem with the Quentin Williams pick. That was fine. But I don't know. You could have got like Jalen Waddle, who was a pick right after, or Jair Alexander, or better yet, Joe Mixon. Christian Wilkins it is. Okay. Now, Dolphins fans, brace yourselves. Got to look at him in a Patriots jersey. That'll bring up Seattle. We'll see what Todd has planned here. And then Hector has his back-to-back picks. Quentin Williams, I don't think would have been there in the 4th. He's like a 91. He probably would have been going in the 2nd round. Like, Dexter Lawrence, for example, was a mid-2nd round pick. I would say Quentin Williams is in like the same territory as Dexter Lawrence. So, he probably would have been there at the Jets' 2nd pick, but he wouldn't have been going after that. So, I guess Sauce in the 1st round and Quentin in the 2nd round probably would have been a better combination. Obviously, in hindsight. Is Todd online? We'll wait a second to just make sure Todd is online or not. CP doesn't take Q-Will to the 4th. Yeah, but there haven't been many CPU picks, so I think somebody probably would have taken him by the end of the 2nd round at worst. If not, maybe I would have picked him in the 3rd round. Are we doing tomorrow? There's going to be a vote later today for tomorrow or Thursday. So, maybe tomorrow, maybe not. We'll see. And I'll also have to coordinate it with when I'm available. All right, I don't know if Todd is online, so we'll wait another second or so. and then we will, I guess, sim. All right, I don't think he's online, so I guess we will skip Seattle. They get Zach Martin, older but good, and that'll bring us to the Saints with back-to-back picks. Byron Murphy. Yes, one more round after this. Byron Murphy's like 24. Maybe I should have done by age. All right, so this is the last round of the day, round 7. These players are on 4-year contracts. So in other words, they're going to be on your team probably for a while. So pick accordingly. All right, so this will be Hector's last pick of the day. These contracts are 4 years. So 3 years not counting the sim. Yeah, I think we all knew it was coming. Jacoby Brissett. All right, so Todd is online now for his pick. He's clarifying if certain players are still on the board. I was about to say Hector was happy. He picked Greg Dortch in the 4th round. Just want to remind you here. All right, Seattle's going with Rashad Penny. I mean, Rashad Penny was playing really well before he got hurt. I don't know if I'd pick him here over like Alvin Kamara, but he's got to keep his Seahawks in town, I guess. That brings us to New England. It scared you. So while you're scared, you can make a pick. It's Cobra in the basement. Running back. Zeke is still here too. That's right. When's the first kicker going to go off the board? Travis Etienne. Interesting. That'll bring us to W's. What are the Bears going to do? Kicker, you say? Oh, boy. If I knew Zeke was still going to be here, yeah, really. Although I'm obviously quite happy with Joe Mixon, but still, Zeke and Kamara. Kamara is really good in that, and him being an 86. Most receiving backs like him aren't that good in this game, but Kamara is really good. Kyle Pitts was picked in the 2nd round, so he's been long gone. You want offensive line? Well, here you go. Got some good players there. What would I say my best pick was? I mean, T. Higgins in the 4th round just feels like a steal, but I feel like I have to say Trent McDuffie, because if not T. Higgins, McDuffie was going to be my other pick. Stealing Josh Allen was also a very good pick. Although if I realized Montez Sweat was on the board, I would have at least considered otherwise. Jerry Jeudy is still here, yes. Jacoby's being coached by his former teammate. Who's up again? The Bears. I don't know if the Bears coach is here. Oh, no, he is here. He wanted to see offensive line. Jordan Mailata. 6'8", 365. I knew he was big, but I didn't realize he was 365. That'll bring up the Texans. What was your best pick? I really like Jalen Waddle in the second round. He's a player I would have strongly considered if he was still on the board and if Joe Mixon was gone. What was your best pick other than T.J. Watt? Probably Penei Sewell, because I almost picked him. Penei Sewell in the fourth round also feels like a steal, just like T. Higgins. The Vikings' best pick. I really like DK Metcalf in the second round. He's another guy I would have thought about. For the Steelers had a few good ones. I mean, I feel like it has to be Joe Burrow at 12. That was one of the best picks of the day. For the Lions, I guess Sauce in the second round, although they picked a lot of my guys. Sauce is one of my guys. George Pickens is one of my guys. JLK is one of my guys. So, Lions had a few really good ones, although Trent Williams is an old man, so I don't know about that one, but he is a 99. Not counting Burrow. Okay, that makes it a little more challenging. I would say maybe Budda Baker, although Derek Stingley in round 6 is also really good. For the Ravens, maybe Trevor Lawrence, because I thought about him. If not Trevor Lawrence, I like Trayvon Diggs in the third round. For the Browns, Garrett Wilson's a really good pick. Antoine Winfield in round 5, though, probably takes a cake. For the Jets, probably Quentin Nelson in round 4. Best pick overall of the day? I feel like, since, I'm picking for my own team, biasly, I would say Joe Mixon. What was the Packers' best pick? Honestly, maybe Trey Hendrickson, because he's really good in this game. Show by age, all players. Did I call you the Ravens again? You know what I meant. Did I skip anybody else who asked? I don't think I did. My best pick was definitely Zach Wilson. For the Chiefs, though, seriously, who was the Chiefs' third round pick? It's not in the spreadsheet. Or the fifth round pick. But I guess that the picks here. I kind of like Jahan Dotson. That was a good pick. Montez Sweat in round 5 might be the best pick of the day. You're probably right. Now that you say that. Might be Russ. But Russ is going to regress, though. Deron Payne, good pick. What is he? He's only an 84? Although he's probably like 25. Yeah. Jacksonville. Let me find Pepper Jack here real quick. Okay, a little early, but I think this player does have a hidden dev. I don't know what position he would technically be at, though. Oh, here he is. Chad Muma. He's only a 70. Yeah, that feels a bit early. I think Russ does still have Superstar, although I might be wrong. Well, you guys are like 20 picks away, Detroit. The Chargers are up next. Mark Andrews was your third. Okay, he's listed in the spreadsheet as your second. So I'll move that over. Then who was the Chiefs' second round pick? Or was it Mark Andrews? I don't remember. I'll have a roster video up after this, put it that way, so you guys will know who you have and then who's still on the board. Why is J.J. Watt in 82? That's foul. J.J. Watt, I know he's not what he used to be, but he's still good. Like, high 80s good, at least. That's disrespectful. My grandpa wants to play bingo. Isn't that an old person game? Although bingo's cool. I won't disrespect bingo. Has Patrick Queen been picked? He is not. Former OFL Viking. Of course, he won a ring after he left our team, but that's besides the point. Kyle Hamilton, I think, has star. Stanley in the 6 was my favorite pick just because of the amount of close calls. Yeah, how did he fall to the 6th round? Same with, obviously, McDuffie, because they're in the same boat. A lot of good young corners in round 6. Greg Newsome, J.C. Horn, Javon Holland, even though he's not a corner. My neck pillow finally came. Crab Rave. You enjoy that thing. Neck pillows are nice. Who's up again? The Chargers are up. Candy's still here, right? I think so. Yeah, he's still here. He wanted left end. Any of the left ends you like or other players? Octi thinks your best pick is Gary. Probably. Yeah, Rashawn Gary in the 2nd round is criminal. Or the late 2nd round, I should say. Rashawn Gary's good. He's very good. Why are my favorite picks of C-Mills the Packers he took? Like, even though I dislike Green Bay, I really like both Rashawn Gary and Christian Watson. Rashawn Gary, I really wanted to go to the Lions when he came out of Michigan. But, of course, we picked T.J. Hawkinson, which in hindsight, I wish we had Rashawn Gary. We both, in fact, know ball. What about your team, New England? What was the Patriots' best pick? The Patriots look a little older, but they could be good right away. I like Vita Vea in round 4. The youngest defensive tackles. There you go. These are the young guys. Aleem McNeil at a 72 is ridiculous. He should be closer to an 82. Totally no bias there. But Aleem McNeil is him. Do you think I have been killing it? I really like your first 2 picks with Chase and Waddle. I think that's a really good duo. And then Tremaine Edmonds is very good in this game. Torch in the 4th was the best pick. Totally. The Dapperty music has been on for 2 minutes. Who do we want here? I'm a little more lenient with going slower in the last round of the day, but even so... DeMarcus Lawrence, good pick. Even though he's a little older, he is also very good in this game. That'll bring us to the Colts. I think Nakobe Dean does not. I'm pretty sure he is normal. I think him and Devin Lloyd both have normal, which is odd that Chad Muma has hidden, and Quay Walker. I don't know why those guys would have hidden and Devin Lloyd has normal, even though Quay Walker's probably been better than Devin Lloyd recently. But... yeah, so I guess if Quay Walker's been better, then I really shouldn't say anything. But that's besides the point. Does Brown... who's Brown? There's a lot of Browns. I don't know who Ann Brown is. If you're referring to Antonio, I don't think he's in the game. Hawk has become a major contributor in Minnesota. I would prefer Rashawn Gary. Put it that way. A.J. Brown has X. I think, yeah. Is Jose not here? He's been here for all his other picks. So, I guess if he's not, then we will. Sim here. Oh, he's typing. Never mind, he's typing. Hold on. He wants to look at corner. Still some good ones left. You get Hefe. Tremaine Edmonds is really good in this game. He won an OFL Bowl MVP, or either he won it or he was close in OFL 21. It was either him or Again, my guy, Joe Mixon. Another pat on the back for me is stealing him. The Trent Williams pick may seem bad, but he will protect Justin Fields for his depth. The problem, though, is that he retires kind of early. If he doesn't, then it could really work out for you, though. Go Fuller. Kendall Fuller, I would assume. Pick notably responsible driver Nate Hobbs. How does Nate Hobbs do that a month after his teammate Henry Ruggs does the same thing? That's the part I get when you're impaired with like being drunk. It's hard to make good decisions, but still. How is one that dumb? All right, that'll bring us to the Eagles. Is it bad that I have no clue who I want with my next pick? And we're up, like, not that soon, but, like, kind of soon. Who would you like there at linebacker? Or not linebacker? Tom Brady's still there if anybody wants him. Only 45 years old. Harold Landry has starred. I feel like I've been using this music a lot more the past, like, 2 rounds. The last play, I thought Burrow was going to go in the top 5. I have no clue how he fell to 12. Jordan Brooks. I don't know which one he would be at, though. But that is a pretty good pick. Yeah, he's not lower than that. He might be middle linebacker. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Jordan Brooks, good pick. That'll bring us to the Titans. Batchet said hurry up, so I assume he knows who he wants. Or maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Quarterbacks, oh boy. The only 80-plus guy left on the board is Tommy Terrific. Oh, now I think I kind of remember who he wants. Not to spoil. The Jeopardy... Yeah, Nick Nader has been a little slow. Which, I mean, sometimes it's good to be careful with who you pick. I took a while in the 4th round, but even so. We've used the Jeopardy music today for 7 minutes on the dot. I'm going to keep the tab open and see how long we've used the Jeopardy music through all 3 days of the fantasy draft. Macaroni and cheese, Mac Jones, the dirtball. I don't know if you guys have seen like the compilations of him being a dirty player, but he is legitimately a dirty player. He was really good last year for the Giants in Season 5 of OFL 22, though. Brian Robinson Jr. How is Zeke and Kamara still here? Like, if it's real life, I would get it. He's not lower than this. He's like a 78, yeah. Mac will just throw it away. Zeke, yeah, but running back 8 doesn't really matter in this game that much. Even though Zeke and Kamara are kind of old, running backs don't regress like they do in real life. So, Kyle Hamilton is still here. Mac is the next Grayson Allen. That's kind of the good comparison. The unlikable guy on the loaded college team who happens to be a dirty player. I feel like Mac is a little bit more likable than Grayson Allen, though. Grayson Allen's just annoying. Kyle Hamilton is the pick. He was a guy I would have thought about for sure. That is a phenomenal pick. Kyle Hamilton in a Steelers jersey. Ravens fans, brace yourselves. That'll bring us to Denver. Broncos country. Let's ride. Jeremy Chin. A lot of safeties going off the board. I want to cry. That's terrible. That'll bring us to the Raiders. Troy has a list. I see a lot of people wanted Kyle Hamilton and Jeremy Chin. Who am I looking for? I'm looking for Troy. Oh, darn. I was going to pick this player soon. Maybe not this round, but really soon. Miles Jack. Shucks. He has Superstar? First of all, why? I thought he had Star. In my little Madden experiment I did, Miles Jack had a season where he picked off 10 passes. So yeah, he was quite high on my board. I probably would have picked him in the 8th round. I thought he was going to fall, too. Darn. All right, the Rams is a sim. He'll be playing linebacker. Ooh. Oh, Jeremy Chin. Oh, well, Jeremy Chin also makes sense. For a second, I thought you were referring to Kyle Hamilton, but I guess both of those players will make sense. There are 3 players in Madden who gritty after they score. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and the wide receiver who I'm going to steal from you in this round. The Rams get Deontay Johnson. Remember when he was a top 15 receiver a year ago? Oh, wait, he wasn't. Bucks, Ismu. Ismu's a sim, I think. Is he online? Yeah, I think this is a sim. The Bucks get Eric Kendricks. Jack was about... So I see everybody else wanted Miles Jack. Okay. I didn't realize Miles Jack was that hot of the commodity. I thought he was like an under-the-radar guy. I didn't even realize he had a Superstar. That feels a little bit, like, much. Finally, Alvin Kamara is off the board. Like 4 rounds too late, but better late than never. Daxton Hill, I think, has Star. I believe. Best linebacker in the NFL on the board still. Fred Warner was picked in like the 2nd round. Ooh, never mind. I guess in terms of edge rushing, yeah, I see. Never mind. You might be right. Or maybe not. Probably is Fred Warner. But said player you're referring to is also really good. Unless you're referring to somebody else. Jack didn't even... Yeah, like, has he been that good this year? Like, has he legitimately been, like, good? John Mechie. Does he have hidden? I don't think so. He probably should. That'll bring us to the Bills. The linebacker is white. Okay, I thought you were referring to Zadarius Smith. Then who would you be talking about? Oh. Oh, yeah, he is good. He's not as good as Fred Warner, but he is good. Yeah, I see. Is Matt Milano white? Maybe. Maybe. All right, who's going to the Bills here? I got it right. I didn't call him the Ravens again. How does that player have the gritty? Who? The guy who C-Mill referred to? I guess because he went to said college? I don't know. Nice pick for the Bills. They're going with Titans franchise legend Harold Landry. That'll bring us to the Niners. I know Danny was online like a minute ago. I don't know if he's here or not. Mailata is gone. He was picked, I think, by the Bears, right? Yeah, he was picked by the Bears. In case you want some other offensive linemen, and I'm scrolling here for somebody else who might need it, hint, hint. Does Kevin Byard have the plague or something? He might. All right, the Niners are picking Elgton Jenkins. That's a nice pick. Is Cobra here? I'll give Cobra a second. If he's not here, we'll sim. Was he here for the last pick? Yeah, they picked Jalen Phillips. I don't think Cobra's here. So we'll quickly go over to the sim button. Let's sim to end draft. That's a great idea. What eighth rounders have 3-year deals? And this round has 4. Yeah, I don't think Cobra's here. Don't pick the guy I want. Ooh, that's a nice pick. Not who I was thinking of. All right, I just want to check one quick position real quick. Is there anybody here who I'm forgetting about? I don't think so. No. Okay. I'm picking Frank Ragnow. Got to get another line. I know center isn't technically a super valuable position, and for the long contracts, I want to take valuable positions, but centers are not cheap in this game. Offensive linemen in general are not cheap. So now I have 2 Bengals and 2 Lions. We really are the team of cats. Josh Allen also plays for a cat team. Yeah, the downside with Stingley in the 6 is that you're going to have to pay him. But since he's a rookie and a little bit lower rated, I think he'll probably be a little bit cheaper. That's why I drafted Trent McDuffie in the 6th round and Jamison Williams in the 3rd, because they're probably going to be low 80s by the time I have to pay them at the end of this season. So they'll ask for a decent bit of money, but maybe not as much as somebody like T. Higgins, who's probably going to ask for a decent chunk of change. Kevin Byard finally off the board. He goes to the Cowboys. You're so nice, Nick. Okay. I think I know who DeGames wants. He's a player I would have maybe considered here if I didn't really like Ragnow, and that is Dre Greenlaw. That's a good pick. He's 25? I thought he was like 27. Shoot, I wish I picked him over Ragnow now, low-key. Ragnow now. That's funny. All right, the Giants. They're going with Corey Linsley. Yeah, I did not realize Drake Greenlaw was 25. I think he was picked in 2019 because when I was doing my experiment, I was checking to see what round he was picked in because I was intrigued. How is for Drake? That's probably your best pick of the day. That's a steal. I did not realize he was that young. Yeah, Drake Greenlaw is an off-ball linebacker. Obviously, you got to draft him knowing what he's good at. He's not an edge rusher, but I already have my 2 edge rushers. So I would prefer a guy like Drake Greenlaw compared to somebody like Zadarius Smith, who's more of a pass rusher. How old is Uche? He is 23, 24? 23, yeah. Byron in the 7th is a crime. He's a little old, but still, 92 overall. That's a good value pick. I'll take Uche. Good pick. The Jets. After the Jets, we have Lions, Vikings, Panthers, Cardinals, Ravens, and then we're done for the day. There are still some really solid receivers here. If only I didn't already have 2. How old is Brandon Cooks? He's sneaky young. I think he's 28. Yeah. He's been in the league for nearly 10 years. He was 20 when he got picked. Brandon gonna cook in Gotham Green with the Jets. I'm surprised it wasn't Mike White. Good job for picking somebody better than Mike White. He has been around he's been on a bazillion different teams, and he's probably going to be on a new team again this offseason. All right, that'll bring us to the Lions. Is Shiesty still here? I know he's been here. I don't know if he still is or not. 8th round, Jeremy Ruckett. Trey Smith is 23. I just Googled that like 5 minutes ago. And then Patrick Queen is probably also 23. Is Shiesty... Oh, no, Shiesty... Oh, Shiesty was going to ask a question. I'm stupid. Patrick Queen. OFL Viking legend. That's a pretty good pick. He also looks kind of good in Lions colors. All right, that'll bring us to the Vikings. Naruto. I think Naruto and Giddy would be the only people here because Mr. Rob and Husker are sim picks. So, 2 more picks today. Unless Naruto isn't here. Wide receiver. Here are the receivers. Got some good ones. The next draft is not today. No. The next draft stream will be either tomorrow or Thursday, depending on what happens with the vote. Judge Judy. Wasn't Judge Judy with Naruto last year? I feel like he was. Although I could be wrong. The Panthers is a sim. Then we got Giddy, and then Husker is also a sim, and then we'll be done. The Panthers get Ryan Jensen. That'll bring us to Arizona. What a pick. Ryan Jensen's kind of old, though. He's probably like, what, 30? Ryan Jensen's 31, yeah. Best pick of the night. I don't know about that one. Frank Ragnall's as good as him and 5 years younger. Jawan Bentley. What? Would he be middle linebacker? Yes. He's an 83. Wow. I didn't realize he was that good. And then we will send the Ravens pick. Cameron Jordan. Doesn't he have Cameron Hayward, too? All right, day one of the OFL draft is in the books. Thank you guys for being prepared. We made it through 7 rounds in 3.5 hours. That's not too bad, especially considering these are the early rounds. Less people are probably going to care about the later rounds, so we can get through those even quicker for those who do care. So the next draft stream will be Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not really sure yet. I want to make sure which times I'm available because I might be somewhat busy both days. So we'll figure that out. If I think I'll be able to do both days, then we will put it up to a vote. And yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to have a roster video up. Wait, can I even go? I don't think I can go through rosters. That's stupid. I can go through, the stats, but I don't think I can go through rosters, which I think you could last year. That's annoying. Huh. Okay, well, I guess you're going to have to go off of the spreadsheet for your rosters, but I'll still have the video tonight with the players left on the board by each position, just so you can update your draft boards as you see fit for tomorrow or Thursday when we resume with the 8th round. We're probably going to get through, 15 or 16 in the... Oh, you can see in free agent signings? And then I can go by team. Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay. You can't really see their ratings and whatnot, which is still a little bit annoying, but I can do it by team. Yeah, okay, there we go. We're good. And you can also see their contracts. So, for example, like Jamison Williams and Trent McDuffie, I'm going to have to pay those guys at the end of the year. So I think that'll wrap it up. Again, we'll be back tomorrow or Thursday. Make sure to keep an eye on the Discord for what the vote's going to be. And then by tomorrow morning, I think we'll know which day it'll be. And if it is tomorrow, then we'll have a time in the morning as well. So, yeah, that's the plan. Hope everybody enjoyed. Hope everybody likes their teams. I know I do. So, yeah, peace out.